and was named the Bond CHL Goaltender of the Week. Included in that three-game victory span was a 6-2 win, of course, against the Blazers. Oilers, after that game, won at Austin and then lost on Tuesday in a shootout at home against Colorado. Early icing, puck back to the opposite end, and just underway in the opening minutes. Your thought, Ron, what do you think tonight?
Well, I'll tell you what, the Blazers know how big this game is for them. They're both tied. Both of these teams have 20 losses. Oklahoma City loses tonight after the loss last weekend, having all that time to think about that game, and then coming in here, if they lose again, that's really going to be hard on their psyche.
Well, Oklahoma City pretty well has said, hey, we need to get two this weekend, keep ourselves realistically without having to have a total battle or a total hill to climb at the end of the season to get back in the playoff picture. Pass out of the Oilers zone to Page, who had the big game last week, and he chases into the corner with Peter Robertson. Overskates it, now a drop pass, and it'll be played back in behind the goal by Ballard. And he gets it over Doug Shepard. Blazers line, Standish, Watson, and Shepard. A pass out in front, picked out of the air by Ballard. Goaltender matchup real quick. Ballard, 14-10-2 on the year, 2.78. His goals against, save percentage 91.6. Against Tulsa, he's 3-2. And the last time in net against him was here on January 10th. Marty Standish got the game winner in overtime. Blazers won 5-4. Branch at the other end, 5-1-1 against Oklahoma City. 15-12-7 on the year. 2.78 goals against average. 92.3 is saves percentage. And a shot goalward, picked off in the circle. Back up ice. Watson can't connect with a pass, and it's knocked back into the Oklahoma City zone for Robertson. Robertson and Borchon paired at defense for the Blazers. Scanzano centering the Oiler line, and boy, this thing's getting off to a slow start, unlike that spiced up battle last week that had everybody's attention.
If that game is anything like tonight's game, if this game can be like that, these fans are going to get their money's worth, that's for sure. Butch Cable doing a great job. As you mentioned, 5-1-1. They've got a great stretch going right now, and if they can't make the playoffs, at least they've got something going into next season.
You saw that frown on Cable's face. He wondered what that call was, and they ruled that it probably should have been icing, so it had already been stopped, so they faced it off in the neutral zone after that line change. And the Oilers with Sean Scanzano, the twin brother of Wes, in the end zone, throwing it out. The puck stolen, and Dubois in behind the goal, trying to get a return pass from Haroff. Danny Williams in the corner to bump away an Oiler puck carrier, and then Haroff on a run along the near board, and a clear out pass to center, and here come the Oilers across with Piernak coming in front. There's a little backhander in near the goal. Ballard was able to tip it away, and then on the doorstep, Piernak gets it back. Wants to center it in front. Piernak, emergency replacement, has turned out to be a big guy, and he shot and he scored off of Ballard, and he set up Minkoff. Boy, Minkoff just simply beat Ballard. That's a shot that he should have probably had. Rob Minkoff slipped in from the point and took Piernak's pass from behind the goal.
I'll tell you what, the longer the puck stays out front, around the goal, the longer your odds are, the chances are that something's going to happen, and that's what we saw right there. The Blazers could not get the puck out from around the net, and it ended up hurting them.
The goal by Minkoff at 2 minutes and 13 seconds. And the Oilers getting another unlikely score on the board after Page had the hat trick against them a week ago. That was a shot that I'm sure that Boyd Ballard would like to have back. He was just a little bit late on getting to that corner. Back to center comes Marcellus as we get back to play. In deep, a shot wide of Ballard. Sails into the end zone. Tipped around the boards, held out high by Dan McNeil, playing his first shift as an Oiler. He was just picked up from Roanoke after being cut in the East Coast Hockey League. He's on the ice wearing number 7 for the Oilers. And Sedlacek was waived from the team. Shot in front, broken up, and cleared by Sauter. Harper back to play it for the Oilers. 2-pass combo to Marcellus, and he retreats in his zone. Blazers send Elise in to forecheck. It's Manning, Forsen, and Elise. The Oklahoma City line, and the Oilers trying to get squared up. Get the puck to Gravel, but it's tipped back across the Oiler line by Tyler Fleck. Rob Minkoff getting the goal. Piernak getting one of the assists, and Udovicic the other, and a shot out front, and it hit the post, and Forsland thought it was home. It rung off at actually the crossbar. Forsland steals a pass, breaks in deep, fires a shot low, drop down save. Forsgren with 2 chances, one that rung iron. And the Oilers dodge a bullet, and the Blazers' woes continue. And Gravel chases the pass into the right wing corner, only to lose it. Forsgren, who looked like he had scored, tries to clear. Now gets it back on a bounce back to him. He's late on a shift. Gains the Oiler line. Drop pass. Shepard drives a shot. Blocked. Forsgren out late on a shift. Now to Standish. Tried to dump the rubber in front. Broken up nicely in front that time by Scanzano. And the Oilers will ice the puck to the opposite end. Nope, now they wave it off. Played by Robertson. Robo back out of his zone to bring it to the offensive line. Knocked down. Standish coming in deep. Fires a shot. Shouldered up in the air. It fluttered over the net. Off the save. Standish gets it back in front. Shot. Score! Game tied right back up. Shepard. Blazers kept that puck around the net. Had some chances. Exactly what you said a moment ago. The other end, Ron. Turns out to happen here.
You know, my neck was starting to get stiff the first couple minutes because the puck was down in the Oklahoma City end, and the last couple minutes have been the same for the Blazers. The Blazers getting the same kind of scoring opportunities the last 2 minutes that the Oilers did the first 2 minutes. And here's the shot that goes off the post. Very close.
I mean, just barely. In fact, it caught right in that little crook right there where the goal post and the crossbar comes around, but there was no shot high that time. That one was underneath the pad. Branch to tie it for Shepard. He's 19 and 2 quick goals, and Shepard is starting to get on a bit of a tear. Blazers are whistled off sides. Doug Shepard, after recovering from a broken finger and getting used to a splint that he's had to wear, has really gotten himself back into form, and he's able to get it in the wheelhouse. He's starting to find it back in the net, and that's exactly what the Blazers need.
Yeah, at this time of the season, you need guys that are going to be able to put the puck in the net. And, you know, I think that shot off the post really kind of kick-started them, because after that, that's when the scoring chances came.
4:15 the scoring time for Oklahoma City. 2:02 after the goal by the Oilers, and into the offensive zone comes Cameron Brightcruz, gets a pass in front. Danny Williams on the doorstep, laid it back to Haroff. Pair of rookies out there for the Blazers, and the longtime veteran Dubois centering them, goes in the right wing corner to play the puck. Tied up, Marcellus on Haroff. Haroff gets the pass back to Williams, having trouble with it in behind the net. Now lays it back to Haroff. Haroff coming out in front, shot up and over from the right wing side in deep by Dubois. And the puck comes off of the glass. Oilers trying to clear, and it gets into center and caught back Larella on a 2-on-2 in deep and unable to get the shot as it came wide of the mark that time. The puck trickles out in front. Cam Kuzik had the chance but just couldn't get a stick on it, and the Blazers able to get it back out to center to Larella, who punches it in. And behind the play as the Oilers go into the end zone to play it out, Harper trying to catch the Blazers on a line change, but Sauter stole the puck in center, and he's got it back to Alizi on a fresh shift. Alizi sends a pass down the right wing side, and Harper's pass comes back in on his goaltender, Rod Brandt. All right, we'll take a quick timeout. Tied at 1. Back in a moment in the fourth Turnpike Series.
Mathis Brothers, our selection and pricing on recliners made by La-Z-Boy has never been better. Come see our pricing on genuine patented mechanism recliners starting at just $247. Or look at this leather La-Z-Boy, available in 2 colors for only $349 for a limited time. And finally, look at this double recliner sofa by La-Z-Boy for just $599 with 2 recliners built in. Shop La-Z-Boy at your #1 store, Mathis Brothers.
Mathis Brothers Furniture.
It's all about the hardware, and it may be a first for the hard court. The Cowboys and Sooners meet again in Norman on Big Monday, and the winner may take home more than just bragging rights, because the men's basketball Bedlam Bell hangs in the balance. But one trophy's already been awarded. Motor Trend's Truck of the Year is the all-new 2004 Ford F-150. Your Oklahoma Ford dealers are proud to present the Bedlam Series. It's time to find out just who is the best in Oklahoma.
Back live at the downtown Maxwell Convention Center. Forsling, who just missed earlier from the left wing circle. His shot held on the point. Now he lays it down in front. Manning had a little rap at it. He's tied up along the near board. Nice play by Gravel to take him into the boards. He shakes loose. Alesi and Gravel back to play the puck. It pops into the end zone. Manning working in there. Now in behind the goal. Jordan Fladell. And able to bang the puck finally. The Oilers get it off of Alesi into center. Tyler Fleck waits and drives it in, and it hits the back of the net, and that'll allow the completion of a line change for the Blazers. Behind the play is Reagan Harper in his end zone to Fladell. The defensive pair for the Oilers, and a long pass up ice, and Gravel in deep, got a man, shot, slide across, save. Not much of a shot by Scanzano. I don't know if he didn't think it was coming to him or he just didn't get a chance to get much on it, Ron, but Gravel, Oilers caught. Look at that. He just simply didn't get a lot of mustard on it. Slide across save for Ballard.
I think he thought he might have had a little less time than he actually did to try and get the puck past Ballard, and didn't put as much on it as he could have.
The bigger story is that Doug Sutter probably not happy on that bench on the Blazers getting caught on what looked like should not have been a 2-on-1.
Yeah.
Standish losing a draw. Then the puck up near the blue line. Now trickles over to Marcellus. Pass broken up in the mid slot by Robertson, and the puck knocked back across the Blazer line, and offsides Marcellus. Robertson got the assist on the Shepherd goal. Robertson will join us for a pre-taped visit on our intermission break, and you get a chance to hear the longtime veteran defenseman for the Blazers, and then Chris Page, the hat trick genius of the Oilers from last weekend, will guest with us on the second period intermission break tonight. Marcellus, Doug Sauter looking out at Standish across ice in the neutral zone. Marcellus and Standish, but before they can go, Bill Wedlake's drop of the puck is misplayed, so they're going to do it all again. Just outside the penalty box area, still in the opening 7 minutes, and each team has scored. Forsheim back to Standish, gains the line. Here comes Shepherd in deep, flings it behind the goal. Standish coming across to try to play it. Gets it back down to Shepherd, who's come to the left wing side. Up to Robertson. And Standish behind the goal, going to be pulled down on a stick trip. And Marcellus is going into the penalty box for the Oilers. Got the stick just a little bit underneath Standish, and it was enough for 2.
And an early opportunity for the Blazers. I believe they had 2 power play goals in the last meeting last Saturday, and another chance for them to tally one here. And obviously the penalty, pretty much a no-brainer on that one.
Well, the Oilers, when they get on the power play, will be hungry because they'll be salivating. They had 8 power play goals in the last 2 games, 4 against the Oilers.
The Tulsa penalty kill doing a great job.
Shot out front, just deflected wide by Watson. Ryan Campbell making his first appearance in 3 games for the Blazers off a groin injury. A shot goalward and just driven wide by Watson off the rebound. Shepherd almost put the initial rebound of Sauter's shot in. And then Shepherd's worked it up the boards, and it gets loose from him. Played back out in center, Sauter over to Campbell, but picked off. Cam Kuzik brings it in shorthanded for the Oilers, and then works it back out into the neutral zone. Oilers killing the penalty, 7th in the league, 84.7%. Blazers 5th on the power play at 16.8. And a breakout to center, Dubois to Haroff. Haroff down the boards, trailed by Dubois. He took a good check that time from Jason Birmingham. Haroff, the rookie, still looking for his first pro goal. Fires a shot near side, blocked and knocked down into the corner. And Haroff's going to get it back, gets to the point. Sauter sending it wide. Williams in front, causing a little bit of a trouble for goaltender Rod Brantz, but the shot was wide. Now Williams and Haroff play it up to the point. Sauter's shot off of the glass. Williams in behind the goal. trying to come up with it. Karoff comes to help him out. Now Danny Williams reaches for it, can't get it. Sauter playing the left point, can't hold. Campbell hustles over, knocked it loose and got it back out to Williams, and Williams gains the line, and his shot will go out of play. Well, the Blazers never really did get set up against that box the way they wanted to, but they were at least hustling the puck a little bit and getting a little bit of action and getting not great opportunities, but maybe a hope.
Oilers did a great job of playing keep away there for about 20 seconds early in the power play. They're penalty killers, as we mentioned. They did a great job in the last game, and they're doing a good job so far tonight.
Hey, coming up tomorrow, it's the OSSAA Dual State Wrestling Tournament, live at 6 p.m. on Cox Cable. Cox Communications, your home always for championship play, no matter what the sport. Gravel deep in the Oiler offensive zone, picked off the pass, but then gave it back up. Cameron Bright-Cruz, the rookie defenseman for the Blazers, to move it up the wing to Forsland, who hit the crossbar earlier in the period. Now across the line, Oilers get back. Marcellus trying to hang behind the Blazer line, coming out of that penalty box, taken down in the corner off of the puck. And breaking out with it comes Manning, right wing to Alese. He'll have to chase the pass all the way to the end zone. And he rattles the boards. And a pass to the blue line, just missed by Sauter. Blazers have to come onside. Tyler Fleck sending the puck back down and into the end zone. And we're almost halfway home in this opening period. You've joined us late. An early goal by Rob Minkoff, only his second of the year Oiler defenseman, followed by Doug Shepard's 19th goal of the year. 2 minutes after that, all the scoring in the first 4.5 minutes. Shot in and a rebound, just missed, but picked back up. And Odell's shot shouldered down and knocked away. Watson helped out, Ballard's shoulder save. And now Ryan Watson comes to center for the Oilers back defensively. Watson shakes a Marcellus check, and he's dropped pass to the trailing Standish is stolen. And the Oilers move it back 2-on-3. Marcellus left wing side, Harper's shot, batted out of the air. The goal comes off the underpinning. Oilers did a good job that time to get the advantage coming in deep. We're back in a moment, midway through the first, tied at 1.
Ford and Oklahoma, go hand in hand, no questions.
The 2004 Ford F-150. Best in class for low-end torque, best in class towing capacity, best in class for payload. Plus, it's been called the best pickup ever. That's why the new Ford F-150 just could be the best in Oklahoma. And probably why it's named Motor Trend's Truck of the Year.
Oklahoma knows Ford's the best. Oklahoma knows Ford's the best.
Hi, I'm Ryan Campbell of the Oklahoma City Blazers. Checking is very important to the game of hockey, but it's just as important in everyday life. Legacy Bank offers many options to assist you with your financial needs. I'm sponsored tonight by Legacy Bank. Every time I score a goal or an assist, one lucky fan will get an autographed poster courtesy of Legacy Bank. Come try checking with Legacy Bank. We don't miss. Legacy Bank, member FDIC.
Welcome to the Innovation of Sight at Advanced Laser Center of Oklahoma City, presenting the very latest LASIK procedures available. LADAR 4000 and NIDEC wavefront technology. Advanced Laser Center is achieving the highest of standards while helping the world see without glasses. Dr. John Bellado's never-ending commitment to give you the clearest vision at the lowest price. Only $6.99 per eye.
Advanced Laser Center, making your dreams come true, one eye at a time.
Call today for your free eye evaluation.
Karoff out of his zone. Blazers control a draw as play gets underway. And a poke check into the corner as the puck dribbled wide of the Oiler goal by Branch. Dubois getting it back, tried to lay it in front. Now he chases and is able to hold in on the opposite point. Williams bouncing it out. Now elects to hold on to it. Borsheim sends a shot in. Good save by Branch. Blazers been able to pick up rebounds and keep the puck in play here in this first period, and another shot in on goal. Branch holding on. Oklahoma City has had some bounces their way here in the opening period, Ron. They've not been able to capitalize on it, but they have been putting a little bit of light pressure on Branch, maybe more than they did a week ago in the first period.
Nothing like we saw the first 5 minutes of the game, but the last few times down the ice, they have put a little bit of pressure on him. That first 5 minutes, each team just countering one another with the pressure. Each had great scoring opportunities, and that's why it's a 1-1 tie right now.
Cam Cusick, recently traded from Indianapolis to the Oilers, against Manning. Manning got the draw. Shot bounded off of Branch, cleared into center. And it'll be brought in by Cusick against Bright Cruz. Can't get around him. Lorilla backing up the play. Now the puck rifled around the boards, comes all the way to the near side, and Porcelain got it up ice. Manning, a Blazers captain in the offensive zone, kicks it free, gets it in deep. Elise's shot, and covered up by Branch. Manning, who was able to keep the puck in play and get it over to Elise.
Nice job of keeping control of that puck. He had lost it for a second and got it back and was able to find him with a nice pass.
All right, a quick look around the league. 7 games tonight, 6 besides this. Odessa 2-0 in the first against New Mexico. Corpus and Austin scoreless. Blazers hoping Odessa wins that one. Memphis and Wichita. Lubbock and San Angelo. Lubbock early lead. Shot just misses by Onlisi on a rebound, and you can check the rest of the scores as the Oilers come to center. And through the neutral zone, halfway in, Birmingham knocked down. The Oilers' leading scorer gets up the points. Gonzalo sends a shot, score in front. A little bouncer flutters off of Ballard and into the net for Marcellus. It was pretty cheap. The Oilers will take it.
Looked like the puck initially hit Tyler Fleck. We'll have to see. It hit Fleck, brought it forward, and he was able to hit it out of the air and past Ballard. And you could see Fleck's reaction after that. He was shaking his head. I can't believe it.
Yeah, that is hard to fault Boyd on that one, because that was a screwy set of circumstances. The Oilers will be happy to take it. Todd Marcellus getting his 22nd goal of the season. And a goal scored at 11:44. The Blazers find themselves trailing for the second time by a goal as Ballard slaps it away. Gonzalo gets it back in deep. Shot up and over the crossbar. Racing in was Harper all alone. And missed, or the Oilers might have turned it quickly. Here's Watson back to center. Harper picking up his pass as it cycled around the boards. Dumps the rubber on goal to the opposite end. Peter Robertson in to play it. Marcellus getting the goal, and it is a 2-1 Oiler lead. As back to center comes Shepard with Standish. Standish breaking in to the goal line, comes around, wants to turn, fires a shot up in the air. Got a penalty behind the play from Paul Mariconda, and it's going to be an interference call, and the Blazers are going to get their second power play chance here in the period, as the Oilers will see Dan Gravel go in on a 2-minute interference.
And that's what you want to see if you're the Blazers. Right after giving up a goal, Marty Standish trying to make something happen, skating around, trying to do a wraparound. That's what you want to see from your leading scorer. That's what you want to see from the leaders on the team. And another chance for him to get a power play goal here. We'll see if they can capitalize.
Campbell and Shepard trying to hold it in after the Blazers controlled the draw. Just trying to get that defense spread for a moment. Now Campbell gets a shot, juggled, and able to get it back in. The webbing of that glove was Rod Branch. He had a little bit of a trouble with. Branch has fought it just a little bit here in the first period.
Yeah, he's had all kinds of shots fired at him in this game. Several different angles, several different ways you can score. He stopped the puck pretty much all the opportunities that Oklahoma City's had, except for that one.
Standish against Marcellus. Marcellus having just scored to Shepard up high. Over to Campbell. Campbell's shot blocked. Campbell not playing a regular shift here, coming off that groin injury, but out for the second power play. Now Shepard down low to Watson. Trying to get that box spread. They finally get it up high. Campbell back to Watson. Watson up to Campbell. Drives a shot. Pop fly up in the air. Kicked free. Shepard and Standish able to get it back again. And then Standish picking it up, wants to go to the point. It falls down. And the puck in the end zone to the far board. Played by Udovicic, and then it comes loose for him. And here's Marcellus, and he'll move it out.
I think it's a little slick down in that corner, Jim.
Yeah, that was Kvetin rather than Udovicic. Yeah, I think you're right. Blazers get fresh legs out when the puck went into their zone, and Manning and Forsland work it across. Oh, nice play by Manning to get to the net. He screened Brantz, but Brantz got a piece of that shot. And now the Dubois in close, goes low, and it bounds loose. Almost made the 5-hole. Ricocheted off the right skate of Brantz and came back out. And the Blazers hustle it back in quickly, a half a minute on the power play. In deep, coming around behind the goal, Sauter throws it far side. Dubois fires a shot. It's wide of the mark. Robertson waits on the opposite point. And a pass in front by Dubois, knocked down, trying to get it back. It's loose at the hash mark and clear. Blazers did a good job on this power play, even if they don't score, of cycling the puck, getting in deep, and getting good puck movement. Now the time will run out on the penalty as Robertson back out to play it in center. Forsland back across with the Oilers at full strength. Ravel just out of the box, trying to steal the puck from Bright Cruz, who backhands a pass into the Oilers zone. Approaching 5 minutes in the first. Tulsa's had a pair of one-goal leads. Blazers going to be called for a hand pass out in the neutral zone.
You're right, though. They should be happy with the chances that they had on that power play. That's all you can hope for. Good scoring opportunities, and eventually one of those is going to get in there.
Well, I think Doug Sauter would have had to have been exceptionally happy with the way the Blazers worked the puck in deep and kept. That's as good a puck movement as they've had in deep on a power play maybe all season. Marilla sending the puck back out to Williams, knocked down. Now Bright Cruz sends a two-liner out of the Blazer zone. Pass covering, coming out of the Blazer zone. Went across the blue and the center line. Two-line pass. We'll take a timeout. Oilers by a goal. 5 minutes to go in the first in the Ford Turnpike Series.
Experience the excitement of AMC Theaters and discover movie-going at its best. Plush stadium seats with armrests that lift up so you can cozy up with digital surround sound and wall-to-wall screens. A, absolutely mesmerizing. C, cinema. The state-of-the-art movie-going experience that'll leave you breathless. AMC Theaters. Experience the difference.
In a world about to change, one man must rise up and lead. AOL 9.0 optimized, exploding onto a screen near you. Reviewers rave. It's the internet simplified, streamlined, and sanitized for your protection. The filters drastically cut spam. The critics agree. AOL returns to the top with new version 9.0. Life needs rave reviews.
Sacre bleu! You are an idiot! Nein, it is you swine without taste.
People everywhere are divided over Taco Mayo Chamayos. Our new Sonoma Chamayo comes with tender grilled chicken or steak, savory rice and cheddar cheese, wrapped in a steamy tortilla topped with our creamy Sonoma sauce. Or maybe you want our chili Chamayo. Both come with fresh pico, sour cream, and chips on the side. Try them both, choose your favorite.
Ooh, not bad.
Idiot!
Can't we all just get along? Move it to the Mayo.
Back for the final 5 minutes of the opening period. Puck rolls in on Ballard right off a face-off beyond the Blazer line. Shepard's goal for Oklahoma City. Blazers hunting for somebody that can become a guy to lead them here in a race for a playoff spot offensively. At least have Shepard on the right track, because that goal by him tonight at 4:15 makes 5 games in a row in which he scored a goal. He is back playing well.
And that's big down the stretch. I mean, that's all you can ask for from your big-name players.
The rookie Brad Haroff stepped in for the draw, controlled it against Birmingham, and Danny Williams up ice. Down the wing trailing him, Bright Cruz. A lot of new faces for the Blazers out there. That trio joined by Elise, who tries to play the puck. It gets loose from him. Marilla back with Bright Cruz for an Oiler rush in. Right wing side, Kuzik dumps the puck through the crease. It bounded loose, and Williams up with it. Got a little tap pass to Elise, slowly to center. Elise into the offensive zone to send the puck down the left wing side. Trailed it into the corner, but it made it to the opposite end, and Birmingham's pass picked off by an Onfray Standish. Gets a shot in close. Rebound shot knocked down by the trailing Shepard. and then thrown back in close. Shepard trying to get the rebound again as the puck sent up the left wing side is chipped in. This one will go down on goal. No icing. Oilers take advantage for the line change. And Robertson's pass to center got through, and the Oilers play it back out. Wes Scanzano, the big centerman, to the right wing side to Flodell. Flodell's dump pass into the Blazer zone will be called for icing as Robertson goes back to touch. 3:38 from the finish, only 2 power plays in this period. And Cable's Oilers have been successful in killing off both of them. Butch Cable, after winning his first game as an interim coach in Oklahoma City on Christmas night, saw the Oilers lose 13 in a row, a couple of those in overtime and shootouts, and then they finally got turned around. Meanwhile, Doug Sauter's Blazers have not been able to win 2 in a row since before Christmas. Robertson shot. Isn't that amazing?
That is amazing. It really is.
Yep.
And it's the quickest they've ever reached the 20-loss mark in a season.
Hey, high school hoops coming up Tuesday night. Catch high school hoops from Oklahoma City. We got Oklahoma City Douglas taking on Star Spencer. It all begins with the girls' game at 6:30. The nightcap, they got the boys at 8 o'clock. An evening of high school hoops only on Cox Communications, your home for live local sports. To center ice, Chris Page, the star of the Oilers win last week, comes across the blue line, had 2 chances at it. Gravel shoots and scores! Left wing circle, Gravel beats Ballard, and I think you'd have to say after that goal that Boyd might be struggling.
Yeah, it certainly appears that way, and Dan Gravel, what can you say about him in this series? I mean, he's done it every game, night after night against the Blazers. He's been the MVP of this series so far, that's for sure.
Yep. Look at Ballard. You can see the reaction. How did I miss that one?
Sometimes you just have stretches and you can't stop the puck. You have other stretches where you can stop everything.
Gravel coming in tonight at 12 points. Now he's got 13 in the last 6 games. During the last 5, he had 12 and a +6 in that span. And, of course, has been the leading scorer all year long against Oklahoma City. Now with 13 points in the series against the Blazers. And the Oilers taking command here now, late in the period with a 2-goal lead.
And number 96, Wes Scanzano.
Ballard shoots the puck out as it came in over Sauter past him. Played back in behind the Oiler goal by defenseman Branislav Kvetin, and his pass up ice quickly to Minkoff and down in the corner to Piernak, and Piernak sends it far side. Forsland there to get it back up to Manning. Ahead to Sauter, who's in the play, rushing down ice. Tried a little slide pass on the left wing side, couldn't get it to Fleck. Blazers really had their defenseman pinched way deep in that time. Now Sauter dumps the puck in from the red line as we begin to make a run on the final 2 minutes of the period. Tim Lorella will chase the puck in for Oklahoma City. Blazers have lived on some excellent goaltending as of late, but haven't been able to get the scoring tonight. The goaltending have been a little bit weak in the first period here. Blazers trailing 3-1. Harris got a shot in on the doorstep. Poke loose. Puck still free in front of Brands, but covered up on the whistle of referee, or stopped on the whistle of referee Paul Maricondo. One more time. Here's Haroff, shot in close, dribbling free. Unable to get a stick on it, try to slide it back acrobatically was Dubois, who will now attempt to keep the puck in the offensive zone on a face-off draw. And Doobie kicking at it for a moment. Haroff gets it back to Dubois, in close, hits the side of the net, got it right back. Tries to dump it out in front, and then got in there with a late poke of the stick. Maricondo has everything stopped again. You know, you look at the goals that the Oilers have tonight, and I think Boyd Ballard would love to have back the chance to play the Rob Minkoff shot in the corner. He had no chance on kind of a flukish bat out of the air goal by Marcellus, and you know the way he reacted on the Gravel shot, that he'd like to have that one back.
Yeah. I mean, it's, you know, a situation where certain bounces go a certain way. Sometimes a team has a great period. The Oilers have so far. but you never know. A bounce here, a bounce there, just like the Oilers have had in this period, could turn the whole game around.
Harper's pass far side bounces into center. Played back over to Gravel. And it'll be Harper to send it around the boards. Chased into the end zone. A pass up ice to Danny Williams from Larilla. Picked off Scanzano. Now tied up, knocked down by Larilla. And behind the play comes Gravel. Gravel getting it out front. Turns now. Fires one off for the end board. And played right back in the end zone. Larilla trying to get to it. He's dumped to the ice. The puck bounces back in on Ballard, and the Blazers were in one of those funks again that we talked about early in the period, Ron, where the Oilers were getting the puck and keeping it in play and making it a little bit dangerous.
As long as they do that, the longer it goes on, the better the chance that they're going to put another one in the net. I mean, they've got to get the puck out of there. They've got to get a situation going offensively. They need to keep what they're doing offensively. They've been getting some good scoring chances. They just haven't been able to put the puck in the net except the one time.
Here's Marcellus to Scanzano. Sean Scanzano's shot wide of the mark. Kvetin far side had it. Lost it to Shepard. Can't get past him. And the clock spins under a minute to go here in the opening period. Peter Robertson feeding it back up near board to Watson. Tied up midway in the Blazer zone. Standish is there. Standish got a punch in late and got away with it. Paul Mariconda cross ice. Did nothing. Standish, I think, got away with a shot on the back of Birmingham. Well, no, he didn't get away with it. He's going in. Mariconda did not signal it at first.
Just about everything that could go wrong for the Blazers in this period has gone wrong. 49 seconds. Tulsa will go on the power play, and charmed life right now for Tulsa. The last 2 periods of play against the Blazers, they've scored 7 goals.
Oh, yeah. I mean, there was no question that it was roughing against Standish. The question was whether it was really going to be blown or not. All right, Oilers on the power play have moved up the standings. They're 8th in the league at 15.8. Marcellus' shot and covered by Ballard, and Ballard did a good job because the Oilers were doing a better job. They had Piernak and Gravel hovering on both wings. Right outside of Ballard, he was able to stop that long shot in by Marcellus.
As tough as it's been for Ballard right now is a time where he's going to really need to buckle down. He's going to have to put up an all-star performance here over the next couple minutes to try and keep the Blazers in this game.
Marcellus on the draw, up high again. Another shot off the end board. Tips out. Dubois trying to get a stick on it. Did once, did twice, tipped it out into center. Talking about the Oilers' power play, a week ago when they started that game against the Blazers, they were 15th in the league. They moved up to 8th with 8 power play goals. Shepard coming in shorthanded. Jumped around Birmingham, then lost it, and now Birmingham's headed the other way for the Oilers. And a pass in front, intercepted by Robertson. Robertson will clear it. That should do it for the period. Robertson will join us on the first period break for a visit with the veteran Blazer defenseman as time will run out with the puck in the neutral zone. And the Oilers having gotten goals early, in the middle, and late. And they lead by a count of 3-1. And we're going to visit with Butch Cable here in just a moment and get his thoughts. And I would think he'd be a pretty happy guy at the end of the first period. His Oilers on a streak. They're 4-0-1 over the last 5. Last 7, they're 5-1-1. And right now, they're playing more like a team that's in the playoff hunt rather than in last place, vice versa the way Oak City's playing. Butch, an excellent period for the Oilers. You get goals everywhere. You get them early, you get them middle, and you get one late.
Well, I think it was closer than that, but I tell you what, our penalty kill was impressive. They're going hard. Oak City's power play is sharp, and we got to stay disciplined and get the pucks to the net. We're working hard and committing to excellence tonight, and we had a good first period.
I want to ask you, Butch, when you were in that long slump, nothing went right. Now you're on a string where you're 5-1-1 over the last 7, and little quick opportunities tonight you've capitalized on at least 2 of those goals, really on all 3 of them. It's kind of like when things start to go right, they really go right, don't they?
Yeah, I tell you what, you're right. During that tough streak, it was things, all the bounces were going bad, and now we're getting the bounces and we're making things happen. I think the adversity helped us overcome, and now we're starting to believe in ourselves, and now we're committing to excellence, and we're playing as a team instead of individuals.
Thanks, Butch.
Thank you.
We'll take a quick break. Back in a moment. 3-1 Tulsa in the Ford Turnpike Series at the end of one.
Ford and Oklahoma go hand in hand, no questions.
If you're looking for a compact pickup that's big on attitude, then you'd better look at Oklahoma's bestseller Ford Ranger. But be careful, it's loaded. V6, air, CD player, and a whole lot more. Plus now get $2,500 cash back or 0% financing for 60 months. Ford Ranger, the compact pickup with all you need at your Ford dealer. The best in Oklahoma.
Oklahoma knows Ford's the best. Oklahoma knows Ford's the best.
Hey, Ahmed.
Hey.
Have you heard about this new French dip and Swiss sandwich?
Yeah, sounds great, especially the new baguette and the thicker au juice.
It's au jus.
Au juice.
No, au jus.
Juice.
Jus.
Juice?
Jus.
Juice.
Introducing Arby's new French Dip and Swiss. Oven roasted beef and Big Eye Swiss on a soft baguette. Dip it in new, thicker, richer au jus. Try Arby's new French Dip and Swiss.
What are you eating today?
Don't let another minute go by without calling attorneys Daniel and Conway.
I'm Bill Daniel.
I'm Vaughn Conway.
I don't know about the boys and girls downtown in pinstripe suits, but if you're looking for two guys to represent you in an auto accident that are suited up, ready to play the game right, ready to play the game now, and ready to play it hard, you contact us.
Don't get high-sticked by the insurance company. Get on a power play with Daniel and Conway.
Look in the Feist Yellow Pages for attorneys Daniel and Conway.
Get the Shell MasterCard from City Cards. Apply by December 31st and you could earn 10% double rebates on Shell gasoline for 60 days. That's 14 cents a gallon at $1.40 per gallon. Then you can use that money to buy more gas. You're still here. Just remember, the card gives you a 10% rebate on Shell gasoline for 60 days when you apply by December 31st. Okay, go have a snack.
Well, welcome back, everybody. Tulsa Convention Center. This is not the Oilers and the Blazers. This is the Tulsa Pee Wee B travel team. They're the Tulsa Flames. And, Ron, they travel as much as the Oilers do all around the Central Hockey League area, playing other Pee Wee teams in other CHL cities, all part of what's really, in both Oklahoma City and Tulsa, become, you know, some really, I mean, exceptionally fast-growing minor hockey programs.
It really is. I mean, you watch all over the state. I mean, the growth of the game over the last 10 years has been incredible. The club teams, the university teams, you know, all the way up to the university level. You've got players all over that want to learn to play the game. They want to skate. They find the places to skate, and it's good to see some young players. And maybe someday, you know, one or two of these guys will be out there playing CHL, NHL, perhaps.
Well, one thing for sure, guys like Connor McCauley might be playing along with all these other guys as an inter-squad game of the traveling team. Who knows, one day they might be playing for the University of Oklahoma on their hockey program. So it is something to look forward to, and something that, again, has really grown. And you see every year those roster numbers and those player numbers going up both in Oklahoma City and Tulsa for kids getting into it. And I mean kids that are really young. I mean kids now in Oklahoma, a lot like in Canada, starting as young as 4 and 5 years old, and that has not become, well, it's not the norm, but it certainly hasn't become just something that is unheard of. More people hear that now than they have in some time.
Mm-hmm. And I tell you what, watching these kids, they skate better than I do.
All right, that's the end of that quick little game. We've got an interview coming up with Peter Robertson, veteran defenseman for the Blazers, at the end of a period here at the Maxwell Convention Center in Tulsa. It's all Oilers 3-1 in the Ford Turnpike Series.
Cox Communications.
Thanks for joining us back here at the Tulsa Convention Center. We'll get you updated here in a few moments as far as the first period play is concerned, a recap of everything statistically. But joining me as promised, longtime veteran defenseman for the Blazers, Peter Robertson, a man I know because in the offseason he built me, of all things, a greenhouse. So this guy has some ability other than just playing hockey. But we'll just stick with hockey, at least for now. Robo, 8 goals this season. You had 10 last year. You've been on a little bit of a fire over the last 2 or 3 weeks. You've buried a couple of really beautiful shots. When those things happen, do you sometimes say to yourself, or does Coach Sauter say to you, shoot the puck more, Robo?
Well, anyone that knows Doug and his coaching philosophy, he's a big fan of shooting the puck, and we've always shot the puck here in Oklahoma City. So, yeah, when it starts to go in for any kind of player, Doug will give you the see, I told you. So, but it's been nice. Like you said, I had 10 last year. I have 8. I'd like to get a few more to help the team out as always, and I'm going to keep shooting and hopefully they keep going in.
It appears to me over the last, I'd say, month and a half that you've been more inclined to move in from the point, get in the high slot, find yourself in position to get shots in deeper than you have before. Am I right?
Yeah, you are. I mean, we, all year we've been struggling to score goals consistently, and a few personal meetings with Doug. I think he's asked Hardy and I to try to carry the load a little bit in the back end and jump up and be that 4th guy in the rush instead of 3 guys, and press a little bit at some points in the game. And so we've been jumping up and not getting ourselves in trouble defensively, but timing it right and enjoying the rush when we need to. And he's been scoring and I've been scoring, and we need to score to win. And any additional goals that we get will help out our forwards, maybe take a little pressure off them and help us out in the end.
When Robo and I look at the Central Hockey League, and when you fans look at it, whether you're an Oklahoma City fan or a Tulsa fan, it's hard if you have been around this league for any time not to realize what the degree of difficulty is, if you will, in this Central Hockey League compared to what it used to be. You go back 4 or 5 years, Robo, and this Oklahoma City team, which is struggling to make the playoffs, a Tulsa team that had a real bad string and now is playing much better now. Both of these teams probably not only would have been in the playoff hunt, but might have almost been with assured of a berth, say 5 years ago. How much has this league improved percentage-wise in your mind?
Well, it's jumped leaps and bounds. I think a lot of it has to do with there's more affiliations out there. We have a few more affiliations in this league. We get the younger guys that may stay in junior another year or perhaps maybe even make the AHL. But since we have these affiliations, they're up and down, so that the quality, the talent level seems to go up every year, and it's just increased over the last, like you said, the last 4 years. It's gotten better each and every year, and when the teams get better and the talent gets better, you got to work harder, that much harder to win games. And unfortunately for us last year and this year, even though we won the division title last year, it's been a fight. There's a lot of parity in the league. There's no more easy games, and it's hard. It's hard on the team to stay consistent every night, but that's what you have to do to make the playoffs.
Do you as a defenseman begin to feel pressure when you see a team that simply has not been able to score in any kind of consistency and in bunches? Do you find yourself, as the game gets later into that second period and into the third period, beginning to be a little anxious as to what to do sometimes, not to gamble?
Yeah, I mean, there's been maybe 4 or 5 games this year where it's really been evident that we can't score goals, and it does get frustrating. But at the same time, we can't forget about our own end. If we let in more than the other team, obviously we're going to lose, and we do also have to score. So it's kind of an interesting way to balance it. But we can't forget about our own end, and sometimes we have in the past. But we've been focused pretty good all year. We have good goals against average. Our goalies have been playing well, so we're not really concerned about the defensive effort because it's been there. We just kind of try to generate some more offense.
We'll see what that offense is generated, and we'll get a recap of the first period action when we return in a moment at the Tulsa Convention Center in the Ford Turnpike Series, the Blazers and the Oilers. Oilers and the Blazers, and boy, once you see the shots in this period and you see the scoring, you see how goaltending can be mighty, mighty important. Here is a shot off of the post by Forsland. Then out front, Shepard scores to tie the game for the Blazers at 1. And then Ballard gets a stop here, but out front, there you go. Bingo, home. Minkoff, home, Marcellus. And into the net, left wing side, the shot by Dan Gravel. So Minkoff got the opening goal, then it was equaled by Shepard, Marcellus, and Gravel. And there's the shots. Look at that, 19-11. So the Oilers score on almost 25% of their shots in the period.
You talk about domination. It's 3-1 in this game. The last period of the last game between these two teams, Tulsa outscored Oklahoma City 4-0, 7-1 in the last 2 periods of play between these two teams. Total domination by Tulsa.
All right, we'll be back to call the second period for you. We'll see what happens. The Oilers, though, are in control right now, leading 3-1 in the Ford Turnpike Series. Welcome back, everybody. Second period. Tulsa trying to clinch the Ford Turnpike Series. In good stead right now with a 2-goal lead, and they've got 1:11 on the power play to start the period on a carryover penalty for roughing against the Blazers' Marty Standish. Tulsa 5-2-1. Oklahoma City 3-4-1. The only way this thing could end up even would be if the Blazers rally here and win, and then Doug Sauter could bring him back in here on March 12th, the final weekend of the season, and win. That'd be the only way that the series would end in a tie.
Both of these teams in this game need to continue what they're doing offensively. Tulsa has gotten on the board 3 times. Oklahoma City's had some great scoring chances, but they've only been able to poke one through, that goal by Shepard. Defensively, Tulsa doing a great job. Rod Branch especially making those 18 saves in the first period. And Boyd Ballard just kind of needs to settle down a little bit. There was a couple goals there in the first period that he'd like to have back, and we'll see if he can do that here in the second.
Face off at center ice. Dan Gravel, who got the Oilers' 3rd goal late in the period against Manning. And the Oilers will get credit for the draw. And again, they start the period with the extra skate around on the power play, and Reagan Harper to start the move out of his own zone. Manning, Sauter, Forsland, and Fleck killing the penalty for the Blazers. Marcellus' shot deep into the end zone. and shoveled out of there on a nice backhanded clear by Tyler Fleck. Will send the puck into the Oiler end zone. We're underway the opening 30 seconds, 40 seconds left on the power play, and a crucial time for the Blazers. If the Oilers score here, it might be a cakewalk for them tonight. Ron pointed out they've outscored the Blazers 7-1 in the last 2 periods of play in a week. Here's Marcellus to center, lost the puck, got it back, put it across to Piernak. He can't do anything with it, and able to fling it out again is Fleck. And with 15 seconds left on the power play, we'll get a stoppage on a 2-line pass, but Oilers kind of helped the Blazers out there early. They were a little discombobulated to open the period with the man advantage.
That's right, in a perfect situation for Oklahoma City. It's something they need to take advantage of. As you mentioned, just 15 seconds left on the power play. They can kill this, then they might have some chances if Tulsa can't get back to where they were in the first period.
Scanzano against Shepard. Shepard's draw to Robertson. Robertson off the glass and over the glass, and now to play, and that'll run 6 more seconds off of the power play. The only power play chance for the Oilers in that first period. Blazers had 2 chances with a man advantage and were unable to score, but the way the Oilers have been red hot on the power play, that's the last thing you want to do is put them on one. They have been on a tear over the last 3 games with 8 power play goals. Kvetin sends the puck in, and Scanzano's going to walk in front, and a save by Ballard, and that could have maybe put it away early for the Oilers. Scanzano was absolutely stunned that the puck trickled in, and he walked in and tried to backhand it in the left-handed side, and Ballard makes, without question, his biggest stop of the night. I think Scanzano was just absolutely shocked. Here he comes in and able to get that
leg out.
Yep, got that right. Yeah, he did. Both of them slipped, as a matter of fact, and he was able to pat it away. All right, the Blazers get back at full strength. Now, Ballard might have struggled a little in the first period. He makes a huge stop right there. Here's Kvetin up high on the point, sends it down low to Gravel, slipping around, can't get a shot, throws it in front. Knocked down, Borsheim taking the puck from Ballard to Shepard. And now Robertson will have to play his puck back near the goal. Robertson's pass out front, stolen, sent in front, shot, score! Turnover, and that one could be the killer. Chris Page, he's back again to haunt the Blazers.
And again, a turnover in their own zone, mishandling the puck, and that's what's creating problems for the Blazers, and Tulsa doing what they can to take advantage of them. They almost scored just a moment ago. They do score now.
Peter Robertson cleared it, and he put it right on the stick of Scanzano. Took it in deep, sent it home, and there's Page to bury it. And the Blazers may have gotten buried themselves right there. Bright Cruz sends it deep. On the ensuing faceoff, well, the Blazers got a huge hill to climb tonight, and they got to go to Wichita tomorrow night. Puck tied up, and there's no reason to mince words. The Blazers knew going into this weekend. They said themselves, we really need to sweep. Well, one thing for sure, if they don't sweep, they're going to have to split these 2 games, or they'd have to probably win 15 out of 16 or 13 out of 14 down the stretch to get in. Minkoff, who started the Oilers scourge tonight, giving it back to Harper, gets it back and misses him. Puck tipped in, across the line, Dubois with a shot and a save. And it comes to the corner. I thought the Blazers were offsides, got away with something there. Now the puck up along the boards, Bright Cruz. And Williams, they can't hold in, Oilers able to clear. It was touched in center, so there will be no icing. So Chris Page continues his rampage against the Blazers. This time the Blazers do get called for an offsides.
We've had a game in here on Halloween. We've got a game tonight on Friday the 13th. And Tulsa's fared pretty well in both of those games, especially tonight so far.
You mean it's been a nightmare for Oklahoma City?
It has. Yeah. The arena's not on Elm Street, though.
Sauter off the draw, tips it around, gets a shot way off target and out of the corner. It's going to go to the opposite end. Ballard will stop it and in behind the goal. Fleck plays it far side. Scanzano stealing it. Got it down low. In front on the doorstep. Poked away. Marcellus gets it back. Birmingham shot. I don't think Ballard even saw it, but he got an arm up in the air in case, and he was able to direct it wide. And Oklahoma City looking like a mountain climber hanging on the edge of a cliff right now, and the nails going out as Forsland gets in deep. Had the shot blocked. Shot out into center and knocked down by Marcellus, and then poked check loose. And McNeil, the new Oiler defenseman, brings it across, but an offsides is whistled. Hey, it's fast, it's fast, it's fast. What is it? It's Cox high-speed internet. If you're not going fast, call Cox Communications. Get yourself a free modem with a 12-month agreement. You'll also get monthly service for only $24.95 a month for 3 months. In the Oklahoma City area, call 600-8282. In Tulsa, you see the number, 665-0200. Cox Communications, your friend in the digital age. Well, the Oilers are parceling out the hero role tonight. 4 different goal scorers. And Ballard looking to his left as the Oilers trying to add more to the total. Scanzano tied up. Now Gravel with Standish on him. Blazers get it around. It's picked right back off. Gravel in the end zone to Scanzano. And Oilers, with Scanzano's shot goalward, picked off. Here's Harper's shot. And Oilers with that 4-1 lead, and they got the Blazers back on their heels, and they're just absolutely controlling the play right now. Gravel had it roll off of his stick. The Blazers finally break it to center, but can't go any place with it and come back on side for Standish. Standish's shot blocked down, rebound, bounces out in front. Blazers get a defensive pair change against the 3-on-2. And Scanzano shot in, the doorstep, bounded back. Oak City turns it the other way. And this will be a 3-on-2 Blazer. Standish deep, looking for Watson, sends a shot. Rattled off the side of the net. Standish hustling over to get it, tried to send it to the point. Gravel was out there to play it on an interception for the Oilers, and he'll shoveled in. And behind the play, the Oilers in the neutral zone. Make a line change and a long pass. Good one to Dubois. Dubois and Harrop in front. Harrop misses a shot going down. Yay! Money Christmas, Brad Harrop. Still looking for his first pro goal. Had a setup from Dubois and can't put it home. And there's the story of Oklahoma City in this season. Right there, he had it, but the puck gets loose.
He lost it just slightly, and that forced him to try and go to the backhand, and it just didn't work for him.
Harrop tumbling down on the ice. Goal came off the underpinning. Blazers knocked it off, so the draw outside the Oiler line. Bright Cruz right back in across with it. Bright Cruz had a great setup pass to Dubois for that 2-on-1. That was about a 60-footer that just made it, kept it from being a 2-line pass. There's Dubois holding over to Larilla. Larilla's shot deflected over the glove of Branch. To the near side, Dubois gets it back. And he's pulled down, and the Blazers will get a power play here. Oilers touch the puck to kill off the delay penalty. And a power play coming up.
What helped the Blazers get that power play opportunity was an awkward bounce off the boards that held the puck in. It possibly would have cleared, and it would have created a whole new situation, but they ended up getting the power play.
Sean Scanzano, the defenseman of the Scanzano twins, pulling down Dubois there out in mid-ice. Holding penalty against Scanzano. 5:16 is the penalty time. This will be the third power play chance for Oklahoma City. Campbell, who's only played the power play to Sauter, his shot sails up and into the glove of a dropping Rod Branch. Blazers using Ryan Campbell on the left point on the power play, and Doug Sauter has elected to bring Campbell back slowly. There's the shot by Sauter.
It'll be tough to come back right now the way Branch is playing. Branch has stopped all kinds of shots tonight. Blazers are going to need to get some past him.
That one almost did. Sauter's deflected wide. Now Manning in the end zone. Out front, backhander. Forsland smothered in the crease, and then Forsland getting into the face of Harper. Or excuse me, Flodell.
Ref's not wanting to let this one get started.
Branch made a nice save. I don't think the crowd really realized how close that shot from out front maybe was coming. Forsland and Flodell will both go in on 2-minute minors for roughing. That will keep the ice at a 5-4 configuration for the Blazers on the power play, just 12 seconds in. Well, you know, you talked about Branch making some good saves, and he did, Ron, but when you get opportunities like that 2-on-1 and you don't score, and you know, it's too bad for Brad Haroff because the kid has played well as a rookie and been in the face of people, but you got to get some goals too, and that's, I know he probably can't believe that one didn't get in. Here's Sauter on the point after the draw. Shot spins wide of Branch. Haroff digging for it again in the end zone. Now comes back, wraps around, makes a nice play to force the turnover, and then a drop pass back to the rookie. Up high to Sauter. Sauter, goalward deflection, rebound. Manning bounces wide of an open corner. Goal off of the underpinning, and the Oklahoma City season in a nanosecond right there as far as what this year has been for the Blazers in being unable to take advantage of chances.
They've had so many opportunities tonight, so many good opportunities to score the puck. One goal. Rod Branch having a good night right there. He got a little bit of luck on that one.
Oilers led 3-1 if you've just joined us to start the period. Got a goal at 1:39 from Chris Page from the Scanzano twins to Page's 9th goal of the season. He has 6 goals with Tulsa since the trade in 11 games. He had 3 in only 15 games of minimal playing time with Corpus Christi. And we'll visit with him on the second period intermission break.
And 4 of them against the Blazers.
The hat trick last week in the third period that crushed Oklahoma City at the Ford Center 6-2. Blazers with the man advantage will send Sauter back after the draw, and Campbell leaving it back for Hardy to bring it out. Pass up to center, and Standish across the line. Shepard right wing side, drives a shot, loose puck, Shepard scores! Great play by Shepard! He got the rebound, and he's Oklahoma City's first 20-goal scorer of the year. And Shepard, who has scored in 5 consecutive games, has both Oklahoma City scores, and Shepard makes a great play because he's deep past the goal and is able to put it in.
I mean, how quick does he have to be to make this play? Watch. Trickles out to the side, boom, boom. Gets it past Branch, and that's the kind of plays you need when you're trying to come back in a game and trying to win games down the stretch.
At 6:10 of the period, 6:10.
Standish put the shot in on goal. Shepard gets his 20th goal of the year. And Standish gets the assist on the shot from the left wing side. Power play goal. And the Blazers get it back to 2, and here's Scanzano coming in after the draw. Left wing side shot, scored, Gravel.
Just when the Blazers have that gasp, like they can get back in this game, they score a goal to pull it within 2. Tulsa takes it right back from them.
Boy, Gravel, a great shot right there to bury it. And Wes Scanzano comes up with the assist.
Once again, they played the numbers, they played the angles, and that's how they scored. We've had turnovers in the Blazers zone that have caused goals. We had a situation there where the numbers weren't with the Blazers. Tulsa had them, and that's why they scored there.
At 6:24.
Back with the play, Manning with a pass through the crease. Play holding, now Sauter coming down deep. Takes to the goal line, sends it in front. Elise on the doorstep, can't jam it home in traffic. And the Blazers had 4, crashed down low that time, and Oklahoma City down 5-2. Will have to play it that way the rest of the night and try to pinch in. Now Sauter clears out. Scanzano picks it off, and he's right back into Page. His pass back out, trickles into the neutral zone, and it is fired back in. Well, the Blazers get the goal, and then 14 seconds later, after Shepard gets the power play goal, Gravel gets his second of the night. Sauter with a 2-line pass out of his own end. We'll take a timeout. All Oilers 5-2 in the Ford Turnpike Series.
Leap into February at Paradise Casino for easy winning. Cash prizes every day of the month. Sunday through Thursday are $50 cash giveaways. Fridays $100, and every Saturday of the month there will be $650 in total cash giveaways. Every day is cash day at Seven Clans Paradise Casino, and that doesn't count the huge payouts as you play over 600 Vegas-style machines and bet the horses in the Bamboo Lounge. Leap into February. Highway 177 between Stillwater and Ponca City.
Back live, downtown Tulsa. Oilers in control and back with play. Dubois trying to get out of his zone. Pass was intercepted and then regained by Danny Williams. He feeds the puck across the red line. And now Haroff and new Oiler defenseman Dan McNeil having some words.
You get down 5-2 this early in the game, you're going to have a little bit of frustration. Ouch.
Yeah, pretty good little crack from behind. And nobody in the box. Dubois against Udovicic. And Doobie got credit for the draw for the Blazers. Lorilla sent it into the offensive zone. Harper plays for the Oilers. And then Minkoff pass around. Dubois got a stick on it, sends it goalward in traffic. Branch deflected it. Haroff was there to try to deflect, and up ice to center. The puck knocked down by Lorilla. Carried back across. Lorilla's shot slapped away to the corner. Bounded back in on the dribble by Haroff, and around it comes to Dubois. In front, nice toe kick out by Branch that time. He had traffic in front from Haroff, but he got his skate out to deflect it away before there was any chance for a deflection. And again, I think that's a play by Branch that goes unnoticed by most of the crowd. If he doesn't kick that puck away like he did on that play, Haroff was in close enough, he might have had a chance to get a stick on it.
That's what comes with experience. This is a guy that's won championships. He's played in tight hockey games. He's played in hockey games down the stretch of a season. And he's a guy that knows exactly what to do at any given moment with the hockey puck when he needs to get it out. And that's what he did there.
Standish to Fleck. Fleck shot bounded away in the corner. Sean Scanzano sends it out into center. And across it comes to Kuzik. Kuzik down deep, tried to lay it in. And the pass broken up by Sauter, but Marcellus ends up with it on a steal. And he'll put it back to Kuzik down on the left wing side. To the right of Ballard, the puck fluttered back out through the neutral zone. Kvetin will bounce back down into his own zone. 9 minutes are gone here in the second period, almost halfway home. And this when Shepard gets a steal in close. The backhander wide by Standish. Around the board, Sauter, and Hardy unable to hold it in. shoots it back in the offensive zone. Blazers tag up, but they're going to get a line change behind part of the play as Birmingham sends it in for the Oilers. Cameron Bright Cruz brings it back out, tries to headman at the center. Stolen, back in Page, left side Gravel in deep to Scanzano, a backhander, loose, picked up, shot through the crease by Gravel, and Ballard had lost his stick in that scuffle. Now shot deflected wide by Page, and the Oilers turning up the heat again. Fleck can't dislodge Scanzano from it. Gravel has it, now Scanzano gets it back to Page, shot, save, Ballard! Ballard with a big stop right there because Chris Page, this kid, has suddenly thought, hey, I can play in this league. And he's probably firing a puck like he never dreamed he could. He almost picked the corner on that one.
Boyd Ballard's probably about to rip his hair out because another turnover is what set up this scoring chance. They keep turning the puck over. That one just outside the blue line. They've got to stop doing that unless, I mean, this game will end up being 15-3 if they keep turning the puck over like that.
Ballard with the save, and the puck rolled back in underneath him. He smothered it. Bright Cruz around the boards to send it up. Couldn't get it out. Page with it. Sends it in high off of the glass. Blazers have badly outshot the Oilers, but it's 5-2 on the scoreboard. Scanzano in deep. Backhander. Wide by Page. He almost got another one. He took a hard lick. In the end zone, Blazers are going to get a penalty. And it probably will be either Campbell or Manning. That was Campbell's first shift out other than on the power play. No, I missed it completely. It was Forsling. Page there to put it home, but the puck bounced on him just a little bit as he tried to go up high. And Forsland rammed him from behind on a cross check.
Ballard has made some good saves tonight.
See the puck just kind of spin up on him there as he tried to backhand it?
You give up 5 goals, you're thinking, oh, this guy has had a terrible night. It hasn't been his best night by any stretch of the imagination. He has made some nice saves.
Shots are 30-18. You see him right there on your screen. But the Oilers again have scored on nearly a third of theirs. Marcellus will chase back to start the third power play of the night for the Oilers. Blazers have the only power play goal in the game. Harper's pass drifts in across. Shot wide of Ballard. Gravel to set it up. I said 13 points earlier. He scored 15 in the series against Oklahoma City. Marcellus, top of the right wing circle, down low, shot, score! Right underneath Ballard, right along the goal line. You can go ahead and put the signature on the cup tonight. That Ford Turnpike Trophy belongs to the Oilers for this season. Jason Birmingham, the Oilers' leading scorer, gets into the Fun Fest. Fun for the Oilers, misery for an Oklahoma City team going on a tailspin right now.
Here's a replay, and again, just a matter of Tulsa moving the puck well, finding their openings, and putting the puck on net with good chances. And just over halfway through the game, it's 6-2.
Birmingham leading the Oilers in scoring, gets his 26th goal of the year. His 53rd point. He'd been out of the fray. I started to say earlier he'd been quiet tonight. Well, I didn't say it then, didn't make any difference. Blazers make a goaltender change. Sean Connors replaces the beleaguered Boyd Ballard. And Lorilla out of his zone. Well, Ballard has been playing so well. He just had one of those nights that, hey, everybody's human. It's going to happen. He just had a tough night tonight. Thing is, he made some saves on some big-time stops and then had trouble with some others. Shepard back across the line. Gets a shot, deflected to the glass on Branch's save. Bright Cruz getting it back, bounce it to the far side. It was high stick. We'll take a quick timeout. All Oilers 6-2.
Hi, I'm Ryan Campbell of the Oklahoma City Blazers. Check Checking is very important to the game of hockey, but it's just as important in everyday life. Legacy Bank offers many options to assist you with your financial needs. I'm sponsored tonight by Legacy Bank. Every time I score a goal or an assist, one lucky fan will get an autographed poster courtesy of Legacy Bank. Come try checking with Legacy Bank. We don't miss. Legacy Bank, member FDIC.
If you're looking for dependable, skilled employees or answers to staffing questions, simplify your search. Call Express Personnel Services. Express specializes in office services, call center, industrial, and professional staffing through a full range of staffing strategies, including flexible staffing, evaluation hire, and direct hire. Express Personnel Services.
Get the Shell MasterCard from Citi Cards. Apply by December 31st and you could earn 10% double rebates on Shell gasoline for 60 days. That's 14 cents a gallon at $1.40 per gallon. Then you can use that money to buy more gas. You're still here. Just remember, the card gives you a 10% rebate on Shell gasoline for 60 days when you apply by December 31st. Okay, go have a snack.
As we return live, you see what just happened. Charlie Alesi and Jordan Flodell go after each other. I don't know if that was designed or not, but whether it was or wasn't.
It looked like it started a little bit before that.
Well, the Blazers, if they're trying to get a jump start from Alesi and going after Flodell, we'll see if it makes any difference. I want to make something clear, though. Boyd Ballard replaced by Sean Connors. Boyd Ballard had a struggling night. Let me tell you, Boyd Ballard and Sean Connors both have carried this hockey team through a year where they've scored less goals than they have had scored against them, and they've played some great games and gotten no support. So anybody that wants to pin it on a goaltender better take another look. It was just one of those tough nights.
And if it wasn't for Ballard, it would be much worse tonight.
All right, 6-2, editorial over to center ice. Puck stolen by Scanzano. And let's not take anything away from the Oilers. They've picked corners, they've played well, and they have taken advantage of opportunities Blazers haven't on occasion. Here's Manning trying to break out. Gets it left wing side. Odd man rush to Campbell, batted it up in the air, and it'll be called high stick in Oklahoma City. Campbell got it up in the air as soon as the Blazer touched it. Paul Maricondo whistled a stoppage in the play. If you missed this one earlier tonight, Rob Minkoff got the Oilers on the board at 2:13 of the first. Shepard answered 2 minutes later for Oklahoma City. Then Marcellus and Gravel in the back half of the period made it 3-1. Chris Page, out of the hat trick a week ago for the Oilers, made it 4-1 in the opening minute and 40 seconds. Shepard's power play goal at 6:10 got it to 4-2. A hope for Oklahoma City, but 14 seconds later, Gravel buried that with a goal. And then the score by Birmingham on the power play has put the icing on a Oiler cake here with just a little under half a game to go, and they're up 6-2. Headman pass out of the deep end zone by Robertson. Manning couldn't reach it, and a puck fired from the Oilers zone out of play.
Tell you what, Tulsa's doing a great job of is getting a stick on the puck before it ever leaves the Blazers zone. Blazers are always trying to clear the puck out, get something going offensively. Tulsa always seems to get a stick on it. They always seem to turn it over.
Final game in the 10-game season series, March 12th, 7:30, right here, live on Cox, and here from the Tulsa Maxwell Convention Center in downtown Tulsa. Forsheim with a shot from the point, blocked. Manning trying to send it in front to Forsland. Birmingham and he rough for it. Now Forsland trying to spring free where they got it out front. Campbell's shot goes into the net. Campbell fires a shot. It goes up off of the shoulder of Branch and flutters in behind him, and Ryan Campbell, off a 3-game miss to a groin injury, got the puck on the net, and the Blazers got a break, which they haven't had often, of the puck fluttering up in the air and dropping behind anybody. They finally got one here. Forsland did a nice job to dig it out. Here you see it fluttering up, and it bounces off the back of Branch, who had no idea. Looked like a little bird that ran into a wire and dropped down onto the ground, didn't it?
Sometimes that's all it takes to get a team going. You know, a little bounce here, a little bounce there, a little bit of luck. And if the Blazers can build on it, good for them. At this point, down 3 goals, they're going to need to score fast and furious here over the last half of this game.
Harper backing into his own zone, sends it back out. We have 7 minutes left in the second. As Scanzano, who's had a magnet on his stick in this period, into Gravel. Back to Wes Scanzano. Pass broken up. High sticked out of the air, but because it was touched by the Oilers, the play doesn't stop. And Dan McNeil, the new Oiler defenseman, as the puck gets loose from him. Now it's hustled by Harper. Ahead to Scanzano, knocked down, stolen by Danny Williams. Haroff chasing his pass in at the goal line, slips and falls. Second time he's gone down in close tonight. The other was on a scoring chance. Gravel moves it back up ice, right wing side behind everybody. Page can't put it off. Sean Connors comes up with a stop as Chris Page wheeling in behind the Blazers defense.
After the third period of that last game, I bet Connors was thinking, uh-oh, not again.
You're right, Ron, because it was Connors who got sniped 3 times by Page in that loss last week at the Ford Center in Oklahoma City on a hat trick, a natural one in that third period. Connors makes his first big stop of the night, and the Oilers have a shot blocked up in the point and a penalty coming up, and Shepard across the line. A delay call, but the Oilers touch. There'll be a tripping call, and Oklahoma City is going to get power play opportunity number 4. Blazers scored on their last one. Well, as much as we have talked about the Oilers having this under control, and they do right now, but again, if this guy here, Shepard, can turn it up again and find another way to score, then who knows? You get it back within 2, a lot of time to go. Anything is possible again. Blazers have had a couple of 4-goal rallies in this building against the Oilers.
And the way this game's gone, at this point, anything can happen in terms of scoring. We can see a lot more scoring from both of these teams.
Campbell, who just scored for the Blazers at even strength, sends the pass in from center as Oklahoma City gets underway on the power play. And Sauter down in the end zone to get the puck. Will start it back to Standish. Standish coming to center. Fires it right wing side. Shepard coming in to get it. Puck is out of play and into the crowd. On Birmingham's goal earlier for the Oilers, it moved into a tie in the season series with Dan Gravel, his teammate, for most goals scored in the series by a player on either team. Forsland for the Blazers, Gravel and Birmingham all had 5 to start the night. For Ryan Campbell, that's his 3rd goal against the Oilers, and he's 15th overall.
And you know who in just 2 games is right behind him with 4 goals? Page.
Page, that's right. Puck kick to Sauter off the draw. And Kuzik able to pick it off. Moves it into the offensive zone. Again, the Oilers have scored 6 shorthanded goals this year. Pass down low. Gravel fires a shot. Connors with a stretching stick save. And the Oilers, who've come back in this period after the Blazers got a power play goal to get one back quickly, almost were about to negate the Campbell score. To center ice comes Watson. He's double teamed outside the line. Standish coming to try to dig it free. Gravel playing it back. And now stymied outside the Blazer line, not for long. Gravel gets it in. The Blazers have the man advantage, but the Oilers have controlled the puck. Now with 50 seconds on the power play, Campbell works it back up ice. Drop pass for Standish. Standish back to Campbell in the right wing corner. And tip free, an easy play out for Gravel. He's back to center, and the Blazers have done nothing on this power play chance. They're 4th. And they're down now to 25 seconds left. Is banding across to Forsland, drives a shot straight on the waistband of a dropping Rod Brandt.
Another big save by Branch, trying to keep his team 3 goals up, trying to take that advantage into the third period where it's tough to come back from the 3-goal deficit once you reach the third.
Tomorrow night, the Blazers at Wichita for a 7:30 face-off at the Kansas Coliseum, and the Oilers leave right after the game for back-to-back games the rest of the weekend, Saturday and Sunday, at Indianapolis. Larilla up to Sauter. Sauter's pass redirected. Larilla taking a half swing at it. Now comes in the end zone to Dubois. He shakes free from Kveton. Doobie getting it back in the corner. 5 seconds left on the power play. Manning up high along the blue line over to Sauter. Sauter in close. Shot by Dubois. Bounce free. Oilers back at full strength. Sauter trying to hold it in. Managed to take it away and dumps it down into the end zone. Kveton chased to the far side by Manning. Manning tumbles down on the ice. Blazers back up with it. And then Scanzano got a stick on it and he ices it to the opposite end. We're back in a moment. 6-3 Oilers in the Ford Turnpike Center.
Like Ford Explorer with a smoother ride, seating for 7. It's the SUV most people trust to get them there and back. And get $3,000 cash back or 0% financing for 60 months on the best-selling SUV around, Ford Explorer, at your Ford dealer, the best in Oklahoma.
Oklahoma knows Ford's the best. Oklahoma knows Ford's the best.
Get into Taco Bell for our exclusive Club Chalupa. It's Club and Chalupa style with a classic club mix of crisp bacon and marinated grilled all-white meat chicken. Topped with lettuce, tomato, and a 3-cheese blend. Then spun into our very own crispy, chewy Chalupa shell. For fresh club taste worth sinking your teeth into. To get into Club Chalupa, you gotta think outside the bun.
Don't let another minute go by without calling attorneys Daniel and Conway.
I'm Bill Daniel.
I'm Vaughn Conway.
I don't know about the boys and girls downtown in pinstripe suits, but if you're looking for 2 guys to represent you in an auto accident that are suited up, ready to play the game right, ready to play the game now, and ready to play it hard, you contact us.
Don't get high-sticked by the insurance company. Get on a power play with Daniel and Conway.
Look in the Feist Yellow Pages for attorneys Daniel and Conway.
Failed on their 4th power play chance, and it remains 6-3. And Oiler fans have a pretty good reason, no matter what their status, to be cheering right now. Left wing side, a draw, and up with it for the Blazers. Dubois, and he's worked it out to the blue line under pressure. Sends it goalward, deflected, loose. Williams can't score. Loose in front. The goal comes off the underpinning. And then Haroff gets in the mix for the Blazers.
I could be wrong, but when we look at the replay, see if Reagan Harper, I believe it was Reagan Harper, tried to knock the goal off its moorings.
Well, Harper right now trying to knock Brad Haroff. I tell you, Danny Williams had an opportunity there and was able to Fleck and Gravel having some words. Here we go. Here's the puck loose. Williams trying
started
to
come
poke
off
it.
a little bit earlier.
Yeah, actually Bright Cruz knocked it off. And then Haroff, taking exception of Harper on the back of Bright Cruz, got in there, and those guys will park themselves in the penalty box for a couple of minutes. Ron, you made a point a while ago that at the time I thought you might be being extremely optimistic for Blazers fans tonight. But really, the more I think about it, the way this game is going, the Blazers are getting some chances in there. Let's face it, I don't have the shot total right now, but I'm going to think that it's starting to mount up to about, it's more than 35 shots on goal for Oklahoma City. And the puck's bounding around enough in front of Branch and around him and loose that stranger things have happened, and if Oklahoma City could dig one out here in the last 3:41, be 2 down, there might be a chance.
That's the thing. The ice seems very chippy tonight. The puck is bouncing. Guys are slipping and falling more often than you usually see. It's one of those nights where the ice conditions could become a factor. If the puck bounces around, hits off somebody, and goes in, you got an entirely different game. And we've seen a couple goals where the pucks have bounced off of people. One of them bounced up in the air, hit off Branch and back into his goal. We had one that hit off Fleck. That allowed for 1 goal to be scored right out of midair.
Hey, coming up Wednesday night, it's TU men's basketball on Cox Communications. Join us for the live broadcast. It begins at 7 o'clock. Golden Hurricane men take on the Bulldogs of Fresno State. Cox Communications is home to Golden Hurricane basketball. Fred Haroff off for the rest of this period, at least, for Oklahoma City. Looking around the league, Blazers chasing New Mexico, Wichita, and Indianapolis in that final playoff spot. Doug Sauter not having anything to smile about here. At least Odessa is beating New Mexico, one of the teams the Blazers are chasing. Memphis is playing at Wichita, and at the end of 2 periods, that game is tied at 1. Blazers hoping that Memphis is going to make the playoffs. So Blazers hoping that Memphis can win that game against Wichita and at least keep Oklahoma City in check. But Indianapolis right now with a 5-point edge over Oklahoma City and playing Tulsa twice. Blazers are going to be cheering for the Oilers the next 2 nights.
They're going to need to take care of their own business, but they're going to need a lot of help down the stretch. Right now, I believe, if you look at the numbers, they are 7th right now in the conference in points. Now they're only within, I believe, only 5 points of the 3rd spot. At the same time, you're looking at a huge climb to be down that low right now. With 16 games to play, they're going to have to win a lot of them.
We'll get a quick look at the penalty count here in a moment. Before we do, coming up tomorrow, we got a sweetheart of a deal. It's the OSSAA's Dual State Wrestling Championships on Cox. Championship coverage begins at 6 o'clock tomorrow night. Cox Communications, remember, you're home for championship play.
Number 17, 4 minutes.
All right, both teams at full strength. And into the end zone, the puck to the left of Connors in the Oklahoma City end zone, played by Kuzik. Back off to Birmingham. He's tied up by Borsheim. Sends it out front. Marcellus shot blocked. Over to Kvetin, and then his shot blocked by Campbell. And it tips past Marcellus on the point and heads back to the opposite end. At 16-19, get you a rundown of the penalties here in a moment, but a misconduct for Haroff, and that was the only misconduct that came out of it. The others balanced out on roughing and unsportsmanlike conduct penalties. Manning back in across the line. Right wing side, Forsman coming in, flings it down. He's going to be pulled down from behind. There'll be a power play coming up.
And one of those situations where he had an angle, still a tough opportunity here for him. All you can really do is just kind of fire it at the net, which is what he does. Hope that some kind of strange bounce occurs like we've been talking about. But, you know, that's all you need is to put the puck in the net. You get a funny bounce, and it's a 6-4 game.
On those earlier penalties, Tyler Fleck went in 2 minutes for unsportsmanlike. Haroff got 4 minutes for roughing. On the Oilers side, 4 minutes for roughing for Reagan Harper and a 2-minute unsportsmanlike for Gravel. And the difference was the 10-minute misconduct against Haroff. And now the Blazers get a power play chance, number 5, after the pull down from behind on Forsland, and Sauter out of his end trying to get a late goal for the Blazers. Brings it up ice to Standish. Into the corner comes Shepard. Puck bounded back down behind the goal. Watson to Standish trying to set it up. Little drop pass stolen, and Standish gets it back in deep. Short side shot through the crease. Off the far board, off the save by Brandt. Sauter shot goalward, picked out of the right off the shoe top that time, or the skate top, by goaltender Rod Brandt, and he held on. And there's again Brandt's reaching out through some traffic to get the puck before it could get loose.
Yeah, there was a huge cluster right there in the middle that he had to contend with, and able to make a nice save. And again, it's his experience down the stretch. He knows how to play in big games. And this one big for Tulsa. They're probably out of the playoff. I mean, they have to win out to make the playoffs. But it's still big in terms of momentum for next season and being a spoiler.
Scanzano in, Sean Scanzano on that call on holding. And the Blazers get Dubois down in the end zone after the faceoff to kick the puck free. Forsland bumped down before he can get to it. And Jordan Flodell has a play out into center. 1:07 left on the power play. Dubois back in, loses control, and the Oilers get an easy clearing pass back to the opposite end. There's your shots on goal. 38-21 Oklahoma City, but the Blazers down 3. Sauter across to Dubois, drives a shot, save, back to Doobie, gets it back, over to Manning. Dubois wants to leave it for Manning on the board. He's in deep, his shot, and it's into the crowd. Looked like it went off the right pad of Branch. And Manning, who has had a tough year and has just not been able to get the puck in the net, that time got a good shot coming into that left wing circle.
Just keep peppering Branch with shots. I mean, that's all Coach Sauter can hope for right now. They're doing that, and you know, the more shots he sees, the better chance that something's going to go in. They got 41 seconds left on the power play, and it's very important for them to get one more goal heading into that third period if they want to have any chance in this one.
Here's Standish against Gravel, who has been a big thorn in the Blazers. Gravel tossed out. Kuzik, the ex-Indianapolis Ice, on the face-off. Blazers to get credit for the draw. Shepard setting it up. Down low, Standish wanted to come out in front. Puck got loose from him. Watson going to drop it back to him in the right wing corner. Marty looking up to the point and likes to go back down to Shepard. Shepard with a little bit of patience up high to Campbell. Shot goalward off of the inboard, bounce back. Shepard looked up to get a shot and it skipped over his stick. And it's cleared to center by Kuzik. And the Oilers gain the line. And Connors has to make a drop-down save on a wrist shot by Dan Gravel. And the Blazers will be down now at only 7 seconds left with the man advantage.
That's a big save, especially since he's been back there for a while. Hasn't faced a whole lot of shots since he's been in. Big save to make one on that to at least save the last few seconds of the power play for the Blazers.
Coming up on our second period intermission break, Chris Page of the Oilers a guest with us. Hopefully we'll get a word or two from this man who is beleaguered right now, Doug Sauter. Final, Odessa defeats New Mexico 3-1. Blazers do get some help there, but again, as Ron said, if you can't win and help yourself, what everybody else does goes down the tube pretty quickly. Morsheim out of his zone for the Blazers. The Oilers get back to full strength. Now pass ahead off of Watson. Will sail to the goal line. In hard, Watson trailing the play. Standish picks it up. Tried to roll it in deep, but it's intercepted. Sprinting to center. Kavetin gave it over to Birmingham. And with less than half a minute to go, Blazers clear it into center, only to have it jammed back into their own zone. Morsheim's pass to Shepard. 15 seconds, Shepard across the line looking for another white jersey. Circling up high, had the pass broken up. He'll get caught back on a 2-on-1. Marcellus saucer pass Birmingham. Nice stop by Connors as he flattened the puck on the ice. And the Blazers will send it to the other end to end the period. And Tulsa almost added that icing back on the cake. Another inch of it right there. Connors comes down to make a nice stop here late. Kind of a...
Keeps them in the game. That save keeps them in the game. You make it a four-goal game heading to the third period. Impossible to come back from. 3 goals, very difficult to come back from, but it is possible.
Well, the Blazers do it. They'll do it for only the second time this year because they have won only once this season when trailing at the end of 2 periods of play. And in fact, they did something for only the 4th time in their franchise history at home when they lost a lead going into the final period of play. All right, a quick visit with Doug Sauter, who is probably shaking his head right now. Doug?
Well, very disappointing. 40 shots on goal, and it's the same old story. We didn't score on our chances, and give Tulsa credit. They when they get a chance, they scored, and they scored 6 goals in the first half of the game, and it was time to make a change with the goaltenders, and I think Connor's only had a half a dozen shots, but he's been excellent. And sometimes you guess right, and sometimes you guess wrong. But I'm just disappointed in that we've got to keep the puck going to the net right there at the end of the period. Shepard, who's been one of our better players, goes over the line, stops. Everybody's going to the net. He loses the puck, and they just about score at the other end. And that's been kind of the way the game has gone in my mind, is that we've been foiled on our chances and haven't completed the plays, and Tulsa's completed their plays. They've finished, and we haven't.
Well, go try to do some finishing work then in that locker room, Doug.
Well, it's the same old story. You should be winning the game by having 40 shots on goal, and unfortunately, you know, we're down 6-3, and very disappointed.
Thank you, Doug. All right, we'll take a quick break. When we return, we'll look at this period, and we'll also have a visit with Oiler winger Chris Page, who has become a new Superman for the Tulsa Oilers in just an 11-game stay. Back in a moment, Tulsa by 3 in the Ford Turnpike Series.
It's all about the hardware, and it may be a first for the hard court. The Cowboys and Sooners meet again in Norman on Big Monday, and the winner may take home more than just bragging rights, because the men's basketball Bedlam Bell hangs in the balance. But one trophy's already been awarded. Motor Trend's Truck of the Year is the all-new 2004 Ford F-150. Your Oklahoma Ford dealers are proud to present the Bedlam Series. It's time to find out just who is the best in Oklahoma.
Well, Ted, it's been a busy day.
Yeah, well, good night, Oven Mitt.
Ted, did you drive your car today? Ted, please. I'm king of the world!
It's back. Arby's Italian beef and provolone. Oven roasted beef marinated in Italian seasonings with authentic provolone on a soft baguette.
I'm king of the world!
Uh-oh. Try Arby's Italian beef and provolone.
What are you eating today?
Experience the excitement of AMC theaters and discover movie-going at its best. Plush stadium seats with armrests that lift up so you can cozy up with digital surround sound and wall-to-wall screens. Absolutely mesmerizing. Cinema. The state-of-the-art movie-going experience that'll leave you breathless. AMC Theaters. Experience the difference.
Get into Taco Bell for our exclusive Club Chalupa. It's Club and Chalupa style with a classic club mix of crisp bacon and marinated grilled all-white meat chicken. Topped with lettuce, tomato, and a 3-cheese blend. Then spun into our very own crispy, chewy Chalupa shell. For fresh club taste worth sinking your teeth into. To get into Club Chalupa, you gotta think outside the bun.
Well, here in Tulsa at the Maxwell Convention Center, it's all Oilers right now, although the Blazers have outshot the Oilers nearly double, but the other way, the Oilers have doubled the score at 6-3. Let's take a quick look around the league and see what happened. Odessa did defeat New Mexico tonight, allowing Oklahoma City not to lose ground there. Corpus in the third at Austin tied at 1. Wichita has scored in the third. Not good news for the Blazers. The Thunder now with a 2-1 lead. That's early in the third period against Memphis. San Angelo 3-2 at home against Lubbock. That game about midway in the third. And Shreveport and Fort Worth. That game in Fort Worth tonight. And Fort Worth playing pretty well for a team in the cellar in that Northeast Division. Tied at 1. And Laredo, which has dominated this league, the best team in all of AA hockey, no question about that. Laredo 1-0 over Rio Grande and just coasting their way. They've already clinched their division. All right, when we return, we'll visit with Chris Page, the new rookie winger for the Oilers, acquired in a trade from Corpus about 11 games ago. And he had a hat trick against the Blazers last weekend in the third period, a natural hat trick in the win at the Ford Center, and he's had a goal in the second period in this game. Back in a moment in the Ford Turnpike Series.
Good try, but we got...
Welcome back, everybody. Our second period intermission break here at the Tulsa Convention Center. Now, obviously, this interview was taped before the game, so we don't know what's happened to this point. But it seems rather evident that this interview needed to be played at this particular time because it's prior to the third period. You better know where I'm going to by now. If you're an Oiler fan, you love this guy, Chris Page. If you're a Blazers fan, you may be nauseated at this point and headed to the kitchen to get something to drink or eat right now because this guy made it difficult for Oklahoma City a week ago. What a game for you. You got 3 goals in 15 games at Corpus. You're a late season trade to the Oilers, and boy, talk about biting their arch rival and killing him. You did it last week. Are you still in a little bit of euphoria after a hat trick against Oklahoma City and all in the third period?
That was a pretty big moment for my pro career. It was my first pro hat trick, and doing against Oak City, a big rival to Tulsa, was big, and a big win too. You know, for us, we're battling for trying to get back in the playoff race, and doing them in front of a big crowd like that, a record crowd. So it was pretty fun, yeah.
Pretty easy when you get in the Ford Center to get pumped up, and especially when there's a big crowd like that, isn't it?
Oh hell yeah! It was a great atmosphere in that game. It was a great game to play in, and I'm glad I could have held the team and win in front of a big crowd like that. It was amazing.
Now, Chris, let's be honest. After 2 periods of play, if anybody had been betting on who was going to get a natural hat trick in the third period, as well as he played, I'd have to put him clear down at about 12th or 13th on that roster as a possibility. What in the world happened? Because when you broke loose from a check by Peter Robertson and got into the slot deep and scored that goal, it was like you were a new player.
Yeah, I guess I was the right place, the right time for 3 goals, and I get set up well by my teammates Scanzano and Gravel, and I just buried my chance when I had my chance, and glad it worked out. Yeah.
Well, but you made that first chance. I mean, you slipped off of the boards, kept coming. Were you a little surprised when nobody picked you up and you got in right on top of Connors?
Actually, yeah, I was surprised to be to get the puck and I look at the goalie. I was by myself, so I said, "Let's go, let's bury it." And I was surprised, though. Yeah.
3 goals in 6 minutes and 22 seconds with Corpus Christi, 15 games, 3 goals. But you didn't get to play that much there, did you?
No, in Corpus, I guess I felt they didn't give me my chance much. But you know, this is hockey here in Tulsa. I got here and I have a room to play, and I play on a good line. And when you have ice time, it's easier to play. You have more confidence, and you score more goal, I guess. Yeah.
You Oklahoma City fans. Maybe you better find out the history on this guy. You Tulsa Oiler fans definitely want to know about it. Now, by now, we all know there's some kind of an accent there that doesn't exactly tie in with the last name of Page. So what's the story here?
I don't know. I'm from Quebec, and I'm French, but I don't know. My name is English, though, I guess. So I know.
Among all your buddies in Quebec, were you the strange guy because they all had those French names and they kept looking at you and saying, "How'd you get Page?"
No, they just call me Pager, I guess. And my nickname is Pager. So.
Now, is your entire family French Canadian?
Yeah, they are. Yeah, absolutely.
Right.
Yeah.
All right, coming down the stretch for the Oilers, you've kind of had this boost in your confidence. Will it make a difference for you? And in the 2 games since you played against the Blazers, did you feel like you were a different player?
Yeah, seriously, like, yeah, when you have a performance like that and you're able to produce and help the team to win, like, for sure, like, your confidence is higher and you keep the puck a little bit longer and you're more confident in yourself, and for sure it'll help, yeah.
Chris Page, our guest on the second period intermission break. That means the third period's coming up. Boy, just look at him. His eyes are already lighting up. He remembers what happened a week ago. We'll find out a little bit later. We'll recap the first 2 periods when we return in the Ford Turnpike Series. Welcome back here at the Tulsa Convention Center. John Brooks along with Ron Terrell. Ron, let's take a look at some of the action from that second period. Most of it, the kind that Oiler fans like. Blazers getting some things to cheer about. One of those being that goal right there by Doug Shepard, his second of the night. And then Branch knocking away that little backhanded effort. And a shot in the score right here by Chris Page. His 4th goal in 2 games against the Blazers, and then that shot buried by Birmingham. And then right there's the shot by Birmingham. The other shot was by Gravel. And the Blazers getting that last goal from Ryan Campbell. Here's a quick look. Face-offs about even. Shots on goal not. Blazers 40-23 now through 2 periods. But the scoreboard tells the real story, and that story is that Tulsa is headed to clinching the Ford Turnpike Series with a win here tonight. We'll see if the Blazers can do something about it. They're 1-15-2 when trailing after 2 periods, and the Blazers are 13-2 when leading after 2. Back in a moment for the 3rd period. Butch Cable, on a lot of nights with a 3-goal lead, you might think it was safe, but your club's been outshot 40-23. That means you got to stay on your toes.
Yeah, you've got that right, boy. 40 shots after 2 periods. We've got to work harder than ever. We've got to finish strong, and it's going to be a heck of a third. We've got to play with the intensity that we had in the first and second, and we've got to finish this game out. It's going to be a great third period.
Thanks, Butch. Appreciate it. Well, that third period's about a half a minute from getting underway. Both clubs are back out on the ice. Sean Connors has replaced Boyd Ballard after the Oilers had built their lead to 6-2. In goal for Oklahoma City, and Rod Branch trying to go 6-1-1 against the Blazers this season. Has a big 3-goal cushion to work on, but there is some reality to that statement that with that big lead, it doesn't look as safe when you're being outshot like they've been tonight. Hey, listen, try Cox Digital Cable today and get your first month free. That's all you got to do. Maybe wait over the weekend and do it. Just do it. You'll see why more customers choose digital cable than satellite. We'll even give you a free digital Fast Connect kit. Call today for this great offer. Those are the numbers in Oklahoma City and in Tulsa. Final period underway. Marcellus against Manning. Both teams at full strength. Blazers have the rookie Brad Haroff out for 10 minutes on a misconduct. It carried over from the last period. And Forsland brings the puck back in and slips around a man in front and then couldn't get the shot off. And a shot in front and a score! Forsland got it back out front and it looked like Manning put it home. A struggling Blair Manning, who has only 5 goals, may have just gotten credit for his 6th. The Blazers almost scored on the first chance. Forsland wide of the mark, and here's where you stay in the play, and he got it out front, and Manning was able to finally find the net. He had a lot to shoot at, and for Blair Manning, a nice goal for him in the opening 21 seconds gives Oklahoma City a legitimate shot now.
And that's what we were talking about. You get 20 shots in a period like the Blazers have tonight, the puck's going to go in. If they keep firing the puck at the net, things are bound to happen. And it happened there, and they got one really quick, which was very important for them to stay in this game.
Well, we think Manning got it. Now they're saying maybe somebody else. We saw the replay. I don't know who else was there unless he was in a Phantom uniform. Page.
Looked like Manning.
Yeah. Page dumps the puck in. Blazers back within 2, and Sauter clears it back out to center. Page tried to fire it in, and it bounced back. A wild game tonight. The Blazers have said all along, let us score 4 goals, we'll win. Tonight have scored 4, but trail by 2. Connors stops the puck in the end zone, sends it around, and picked off hanging alone in front. Page in front of the goal, out of your picture there for a moment. Oilers couldn't get the pass to him. Into center, it's shot right back in, and Watson now will circle out for Oklahoma City against an Oiler line change. Watson to the red line to fire the puck down into the Tulsa zone. It's knocked loose, bounced down into the corner. Back up to Robertson on the point, and he had it knocked loose from him. This will send Standish and Borsheim back for the Blazers, chased in there by Doug Piernak. Piernak trying to dislodge the puck from Borsheim, and the Oilers get it back through the neutral zone, back into their own zone. Branislav Kavetin at defense. Moving it over to Sean Scanzano. Up the wing. The puck is going to sail the distance. No icing, though. Touched along the way. Robertson and Borsheim down in the end zone, and Robertson sends it around. Harper waiting for it. Shoots it off the glass. Puck slapped from behind the goal to Watson from Robertson. And chased back into the Oilers zone. Flodell is able to flutter it back in for the red line. Well, they say Forsland. I don't know how they can say Forsland. I mean, Manning got the shot out front. They may call it Forsland right now. I don't think they're going to call it that way at the end of the game. The bottom line is the Blazers have gotten the game back within a 2-goal deficit, and Robertson's pass through center, picked off, fired back, and iced at the opposite end. You know, you look at the replay again, I don't see how they can call that Forsland's goal.
Yeah, it certainly appeared that way on the replay, that it came back to Manning, and Manning was the one that put it in. We'll have to see officially. I mean, that's what it looked like to us.
Here's the look again on that goal. Here's Forsland throwing it back out in front, and you know what? Maybe it did bound in. I guess it did bound in off of him. You see it from that angle, and it looks like it bounded in off of him. So give Forsland the goal and the puck down ice to Connors, and Connors will cover it up. Good call down in front of us here in the scorekeeping area.
Sometimes that happens. You look at it from one angle, it looks one way, you look at it from another angle, and you get the real results.
Yeah, you know, when we saw the replay out front, it looked like it was Manning, but when you saw the other replay, it looked like it bounded in. Exactly. Cox the crew there, giving us 2 chances to look at. Official score's got it right. It was Forsland. All right, Alize in the defensive zone for the Blazers. Behind the goal, over to Bright Cruz. Gravel trying to pick it from him, and a pass through. And there was going to be no icing. Branch came out to clear it. Alize trying to get it back in the end zone, sent back around, and it'll come back through the neutral zone for Tim Lorella, and he punches it back in.
Branch fortunate because his stick is sitting over in the corner right now. He is without a stick. So getting the puck out of the zone was very important for Tulsa right there.
Scanzano down to Gravel, coming around in behind Connors with the puck at the opposite end. Now a shot back in just wide, and that one gets out of play. When the puck came back down to the opposite end, you see the overhead view there. At the opposite end, once it crossed the Blazer line, nice stretch right there to deflect it, but out of camera shot was Branch hustling over in the corner and getting that stick.
That's never a good feeling.
So on the change, Forsland getting the goal, his 20th of the year. So 2 20-goal scores for the Blazers now, finally, and Shepard and Forsland. And now Bryan kicking at the puck off a faceoff, got help from Hardy Sauter. Cleared it to Campbell, who started to play a regular shift after playing only in the power play in the first period. Down to Manning. Manning in the corner, flings it back out. Backhander by Forsland, spun wide. A penalty coming up, and this one is going to be against the Oilers. I think Forsland got high stick in front as he turned in the left wing circle to get off that backhander, and the stick of Wes Scanzano got up underneath him just enough. It was right in front of Paul Mariconda, the referee.
He's grabbing at the right side, his right ear.
At 3:46 in the period, 3:46.
Let's see it right there.
Yep, there it comes right there. Blazers get their 6th power play of the evening, and they have scored the only, well, each team has scored a power play goal. Blazers are 1 for 5 with the man advantage.
It's a big power play for both these teams.
Yeah, it's huge for both, exactly. A Blazer score gives them a real legitimate chance. Oilers kill this one off and makes it tougher. Sauter along the blue line, drives a shot, bounds in front, loose, down, shot, score! They get it, and this time Manning does get it. There's no question now on that one. Blair Manning just put the rebound in on a Sauter shot out at the blue line, and Oklahoma City might be toying with a major comeback here, and it could be a season-saving comeback if they can complete it. For the Oilers, they have got to regroup. Oklahoma City has struck twice in the opening 4 minutes, and Manning looked like he had the other one, does get his 6th of the year for sure.
3 unanswered goals for the Blazers, and again, we talk about keep pounding the puck at the net, and eventually good things are going to happen, and we've seen it early in this period. The first 4 minutes, we've seen 2 goals by the Blazers, and they are right back in this thing.
2nd power play goal and 16:06 to play. Well, we might have written them off at 6-2, and
it's easy to do.
Well, they might make us eat our words for sure. Harper into the end zone to chase the puck as it was sent in, and the Blazers obviously geared up now. This is a huge shift for Tulsa right here. Manning getting in along the boards, got a shot. He took a hard shot himself, and he's slow in getting up. Forsland has the puck tied up in the corner, trying to kick it free. Manning probably restrained himself a little bit. He got cracked pretty good. Another time in the game, he might have been up and in the face of somebody, but with this comeback started, Blazers trying to That's probably a very smart non-retaliation by the Blazers captain.
Yeah, he knows at this time of the game right now, down a goal, they've got the momentum. You got to mind your P's and Q's. Don't get any penalties that could hurt you, because that could put them right back up by 2 goals. And you don't want Tulsa, if you're Oklahoma City, to seize that momentum back.
That assist by Hardy Sauter brings his point string down to 7 games in a row. Shot wide by Robertson right off the faceoff, carried clear back to the opposite zone. Connors up with the puck, gave it up, and then a pass in front, bounds cross ice. And as it rolls away to the near board, the Blazers get it out of their zone. Watson to Standish to Shepard. Right wing circle, shot just off of the pad of Branch. Spun to the opposite board, and Scanzano able to get it across the Blazer line, but it's jammed back through that short neutral zone and then intercepted by Flodell. And his pass carries in out of the net. Connors poked it away, crossed over in front of him, and Scanzano was in front of a partially open net there for a moment. Now Standish turns it the other way. Shepard gets by a man, in close, fires a shot, and it's wide of the mark, around the boards. And Lorella will play it back out in center. And Shepard jumped around that defense that time and had a chance to get a hat trick. Connors kicking it away in the end zone. Blazers trying to turn it right back and keep the pressure up. Lorella now to center. The puck bounded loose from Danny Williams. Blazers have got the Oilers back on their heels like the Oilers had Oklahoma City for a good part of that first and second period. Into center ice, Minkoff's pass sent back in by Bright Cruz, turned over. Dubois chases for the Blazers. Oklahoma City trailed 6-3 to start the period, but goals from Forsland and Manning in the opening 4 minutes have made this a seat squirmer for those that had maybe already left from both sides of the aisle, thinking it might have been put away. Come back in and tune in, you'll be surprised as Sauter mugging in the corner with Dubois. And Dubois with a pass down low to Elise in behind the goal. Looking for a white jersey out front, got it over to Dubois. Sauter's shot wide of the mark. Ranch was able to fight through any screens that time to see that shot go wide. Now Sauter, with the Oilers making a mid-ice change, gets a pass to Dubois, and now as the puck carries back into the Oilers zone, the Blazers in the neutral zone will hustle a 5-man change, and Robertson has to skate back into his own zone to get the puck, and he doesn't. Taken away by Birmingham. Birmingham, pass up front, deflected into center by Forsland. Forsland through center with Flodell. They mixed it up earlier in the game. Now Flodell, penalty going to come up against the Blazers, a delay call on, and Tulsa is going to go on the power play for the third time tonight. Blazers have had 6 chances. They're 2 for 6. Oilers are 1 for 2.
I have to say, as they go on the power play, one of the things that the Blazers have done in this period, they've not turned the puck over like they did in the second. That was the big problem that they had in terms of 2 or 3 of those goals were caused by turnovers. This period, it's exactly the opposite. They've stopped the turnovers. Tulsa has turned the puck over a couple of times, and it's really kind of reversed the roles of both of these teams. Now, a chance for Tulsa to try and stick a nail in the coffin up 2 with 12 to go. Be pretty tough for the Blazers to come back from, but we've seen big-time comeback already tonight.
Puck out of play right off the face-off on a clearing pass by Lorella. They'll bring it right back inside the Oklahoma City blue line at the other end. Yeah, I think that Doug Sauter would agree with you. Good point, Ron. Oklahoma City, you're right, has handled the puck much better in this period, defensively and offensively.
And how about Sean Connors, since he's been in the game?
Played well. He has. And he will be getting the start tomorrow night for the Blazers at Wichita. Up ice, left wing side to center, puck fired in. Wide of Connors, down into the end zone for Birmingham. Birmingham to Gravel. Top 2 scorers for the Oilers. Both have scored tonight. Up to Marcellus. He has 2. His shot blocked up high by Shepard. Turned over. Blazers break short-handed. 2-on-1. Cross the line. Shepard. He's got Standish in front. Shot wide of the mark. Came right down deep. Was in too deep and sent it wide. And the Blazers almost got their third short-handed goal. Oilers going to be called for an offsides coming back. I was going to point out that the Blazers have scored only 2 short-handed goals this year. They came close to getting 3. Shepard made a nice play to get it through, and Marty had it spin on him just a little bit as he took the shot.
Again, the puck bounced. The ice, like we mentioned earlier, a little bit chippy. You can see some spots out in front of Branch, and the puck just couldn't get on his stick.
50 seconds gone on the power play. Oilers force it across. Now they'll hold it in with Scanzano. The Twins up on the right point. And Brother West back up to Sean. Is shot off the inboard behind. The goal goes far side. Puck took a crazy hop. Now comes up the middle. And it was like a magnet for Ryan Watson. He was able to feed it back. Branch wants to play it quickly. And Scanzano back in, right side, in deep. Kuzik cross ice, in deep, shot up and over. Connors came out to challenge. And down from the point came Kvetin. He tried to shelf it. Connors is out far enough to make him take that shot. And the Blazers have sent it back. And even though Connors didn't get a save, that might have been his best play of the night.
That's right.
Just very coming aggressive. Out of the net. Yeah.
Very aggressive to come out.
Ravel slipping Robertson. Deep into the end zone. Pass in front. Score! Oh, my goodness! What a shot! What a pass! Marcellus in deep, but what a play by Gravel. Boy, has he been an albatross hanging on the neck of the Blazers. This guy, Dan Gravel, what a setup pass.
And again, 2 guys that have been killer on the Blazers this year.
Yeah, it was Marcellus that got the goal, not Gravel. Marcellus, but it was Gravel's great pass that got it through. And Marcellus just tipped it home.
That was a phenomenal pass.
That was an excellent pass. An excellent pass. Oilers answer with a power play. Back to a 2-goal lead. And Campbell to fire the puck in. Branch sends it around. Blazers have lamented all year long they couldn't get many goals in a game. They finally get 5, and it's on a night where things won't balance for them. Not enough. Right Cruz shot, backhander in front, walking in, trying to get to it with Shepard. Puck will be covered up. Blazers had 2 trailers coming in on that first shot, and neither one was able to get a rebound opportunity against Rod Branch. And hey, when the Oilers are able to make plays in this series where they've gone 5-1-1, and they keep coming back when somebody's nipping at them.
Yep, that's the way it's been all year in this series. When the Blazers score, with the exception of the 3 straight tonight, they always seem to come back and get just what they need to win the game. And tonight, that goal may have been the difference.
Branch will cover up the shot from the point by Fleck. Harper and Standish with a couple of words with each other. Only 1 game left in this series, and it's on the final weekend of the season. Will it have any playoff implications? Well, from the Blazers standpoint, if it does, they're going to have to find a lot of wins between now and March 12th, if it will, because that's the last weekend of the season. Blazers play 3 on that last weekend, 2 on the road, and the final regular season game at home. Kuzik forced the puck in to the Blazer zone. Marcellus getting a pass down in the end zone. Sauter up with it. Marcellus completing a great power play goal by the Oilers. Now Birmingham out of the corner. And the Oilers cycling it right now like they're on the power play. A pass up front, Flodell able to get it loose from Watson, puts it back down low. Marcellus tried to center it in front. Sauter knocks it down. Finally, the Blazers clear. Shepard with a 2-bagger. Trailing Standish across the line. In close, Shepard tries to kick it back out in front. And the puck covered up by Branch. We'll take a timeout. Less than half a period to go. 7-5 Oilers.
Mathis Brothers is proud to debut for Lady Americana the all-new Kathy Ireland bedding.
Kathy Ireland selected Lady Americana to produce her line featuring innovations like the Carefree Never Flip set starting at just $2.99.
This choice of firmness set is $4.99 and compares to others selling for over $1,000.
Lady Americana is proud to have been selected by Kathy Ireland and as always features the best warranty in the industry.
See it at your bedding leader, Mathis Brothers.
Mathis Brothers Furniture.
We just ordered these onion rings. So good. We heard they're made from Scratch Daily.
Yes, sir, they are.
Is that him? Are you Scratch Daily, the guy who makes the onion rings?
No, sir.
Is he there? He's not around?
No.
Oh. Well, when he comes back, tell him aces. Tell Mr. Daly, keep on keeping on. These are delish.
Made from Scratch Daily. Sonic does it, others don't. Try our handmade onion rings with a supersonic cheeseburger for $3.99. It's not just good, it's Sonic good.
Get the Shell MasterCard from City Cards. Apply by December 31st and you could earn 10% double rebates on Shell gasoline for 60 days. That's 14 cents a gallon at $1.40 per gallon. Then you can use that money to buy more gas. You're still here. Just remember, the card gives you a 10% rebate on Shell gasoline for 60 days when you apply by December 31st. Okay, go have a snack.
.940 to go, and back live for the back half of the final period. Blazers got a shot off the draw. Now Lacey's going to get it back in deep. Dubois shot loose, smothered by Brandt.
They're getting their opportunities. They've got plenty of chances to score. If they can keep putting that pressure on, a 2-goal deficit, tough to come back from this late in the game, but still a chance.
Tulsa equals the most goals scored in this series this season. They scored 7 in a shootout victory over the Blazers, 7-6 here at the Maxwell Convention Center early in the season on November 7th. Just got loose from Bright Cruz off the draw. Connors was in goal that night for the Blazers. Blazers came back to tie that game and then lost in the shootout. There are the shots, overwhelming. Look at that, 47-26. Manning back, Williams in close to Dubois. His shot turned away. Lorella holds out of the blue line. Sends a shot knocked down by Gravel. Gravel turns it the other way with 9 minutes to go. Udovicic, who has played very little tonight for the Oilers, dumped down in the corner by Lorella. The Oiler crowd wanted a penalty. Paul Mariconda saw it differently. And Bright Cruz back to get the puck as the Oilers off the screen make a change in center ice. Alizi to center. Danny Williams along the boards. Can't get a pass off to Alizi. And the Oilers tip it back out. And the Oilers now with the goal have turned the momentum back around. And coming down deep is Marcellus. Wheeling back around. Stays on the forehand. Keeps the puck with Kuzik in the end zone. And it's the Todd Marcellus show as he gets it up high to Birmingham. His shot. And a stretch pick out of the air by Sean Connors. Bright Cruz doing a little shoving in the end zone. Thought that maybe a stick had gotten up late.
Connors had to stretch for every inch to get that one. More offensive opportunities for Tulsa, and that's not what Oklahoma City wants to see right now. 8:19 to go. They're in a position where they need to create as many opportunities as they can. Puck being down in this end, cycling the puck around, having Marcellus control it as he was, kills time for Tulsa, and that's something that they're going to try and do for the last 8:19.
Something else the Blazers didn't want to see tonight. Wichita wins at home against Memphis 3-2, making the chore for Oklahoma City even greater and making that game tomorrow night almost mandatory for Oklahoma City. Manning knocked down as he got to center ice, and the puck dumped back into the Blazers zone. Now cleared back up, and there's going to be a penalty on that trip you saw against Campbell. Out of the goal is Connors. Horsman sends it in. Blazers have an extra skater. Stanish looking to throw it out in front. Fleck down low, puts it in front. The Oilers touch it, and there will be a power play coming up.
And again, another opportunity for Oklahoma City. You figure on one of these power plays, something is going to happen. It did early in this period when we saw Blair Manning score. Again, they've had the opportunities offensively. Some of them they haven't taken advantage of. They've got a chance to right here.
looking at the race, Wichita's win now gives them 56 points. They got a 5-point edge over Oklahoma City. New Mexico has a 1-point edge with their loss. Indianapolis a 5-point lead. Idle tonight. So tomorrow night, if the Blazers lose this one, they're going in looking at either being 7 points down or getting it back within 3 if they could win tomorrow night. Sauter starts the power play, gets it in close, punched loose, down deep in the crease is Branch, and he was backed in there. That puck's down in front of him, Ron. That puck was a lot closer to the goal line than I think a lot of people realize. In fact, he still perched down on it. He wanted to make sure that it hadn't gotten in there.
It may have been over the line in his belly there. Very close.
Yeah, Dubois had a nice little jam at it.
Again, a goaltender like Branch, a guy who's experienced, who's faced the pressure. This is the kind of situation that he generally thrives in.
Well, he's running up on 50 shots that he's seen tonight. Marcellus was tossed, then Dubois was tossed, so now it's Birmingham, and Sauter able to hold the draw. Over to Soupy Campbell. Campbell has a goal, batted it down, flutters up, knocks down, in front, Shepard trying to get to it, couldn't get a shot. Nice play by Marcellus to send it back to the opposite end. 30 seconds gone in the power play. Standish back across, no place to go. Shepard held it for a moment, but it was easy pickoff for Wes Gonzano, and he wants to just put it to the opposite end. And that's where the Oilers want the puck now with that 2-goal lead. Oilers had a 3-goal lead to start the period. Blazers got it within 1, but a power play goal has brought it back to a little bit of more of a cushion. And Manning, who has one of the Blazer scores, check from behind, gets to center. Now back out to Sauter. He'll have to wait. Blazers onside. Sauter's pass into the zone. Harper trying to clear, and it got over the glass and into the crowd.
53 seconds left on this power play. They're going to have to get a few more scoring chances than we've seen the first minute or so. They need something right now to get this thing down to 1 goal before the 5-minute mark.
Tomorrow night, Oiler fans, make sure and listen on your radio network to Mike Frazier. He'll bring you the call as the Oilers take on Tulsa. And I'll be back on the radio side for the Blazers from the Kansas Coliseum against the Wichita Thunder. 53 seconds remaining on the power play. You know, we've said so many times, almost mandatory this, mandatory that to score, and the game keeps rocking along. You feel like you need to say it's almost mandatory.
Could end up 10-9.
Bright Cruz back in on the left wing board, down ice. Watson in the corner. Blazers got 3 pinned in that corner. Now down from the point came Robertson, and an easy clear for the Oilers' Cam Kuzik. Blazers have been practically non-existent with this power play chance. It's their 7th of the night. Back across, Forsland and Manning down deep, trying to set it up at least one time, but his pass easily turned the other way by Marcellus. And Connors caught out of the net for a moment, shot wide. Oilers almost had their 7th short-handed goal of the year on that clearing pass. Now Robertson, as the penalty expires, shoots the puck in at the blue line, Tulsa back at full strength, cavetting around the boards, wrapped it to the opposite end. And when he did, the Oilers were at full strength, so that will be icing. Blazers will get an offensive zone draw.
Oilers penalty kill doing the job again, just like they did throughout the last game against the Blazers in Oklahoma City.
Check out the great deal on high-definition programming through Cox, of course. Order HD today and receive HD programming for 6 months. Now, you can't beat this deal. In the Oklahoma City area, 600-8282. In Tulsa, 665-0200. Right wing circle, left of Broadbent. Brad Haroff, who had been in on that misconduct penalty through most of the first period, back out for the Blazers, gets a shot in on goal. Rebound to Danny Williams. He couldn't get it goalward. Now he digs it out along the inboard. And Haroff trying to play it in behind the goal. He should have the most zip of anybody out there, having set out 10 minutes on that misconduct. Up at the blue line, Lorella holds, shoots it back. Alizi out front, and it bounces to the blue line past Tyler Fleck. And to center and through the zone. Scanzano in front, couldn't handle a Gravel pass. It was a good one. Up high to Sean Scanzano, his shot. And it was pawed into the corner on a save by Sean Connors. Danny Williams sent it back out, and it eluded the point. Sean Scanzano down to get it, but the Oilers look like that they may, as the Blazers have put 50 shots on Branch tonight, they may have finally stemmed the tide and turned Oklahoma City's comeback bid back now with a 2-goal lead and under 5 minutes to go. Back in comes Birmingham. Shot deflected into the corner for Connors, who came on to replace Ballard and has given up only 1 goal, and that in this period. Odell gets a pass intercepted by Robertson. Blazers got to rush those defensemen now. Robertson at the blue line sends it into the end zone. Branch stops it, sent around waiting for it. Watson shoots it into the top of the crease. It's loose, and a penalty is going to be called against the Oilers. A holding call. And Oklahoma City, trying to get a miracle to happen here, will at least get a little tap on the shoulder as far as some help.
Tell you what, the Oilers really are the ones that are keeping them in this thing, picking up these penalties late. They keep giving them these power play opportunities. Eventually, something's going to happen. Blazers just hoping they don't run out of time.
That's also another penalty at number 20, Reagan Harper. 2 minutes obstruction holding the state.
2-minute obstruction penalty.
Obstruction for holding was the call against Reagan Harper. 8th power play for Oklahoma City. Blazers are 2 for 7. Standish, Watson, Shepard, Sauter, and Campbell is the extra forward on the point, but Marcellus has the face-off and is able to clear the puck past Sauter. This will send Campbell chasing back to get it. And then Campbell and Sauter in the corner to the right of Connors to feed it back around, and Standish will try to clear the zone. Shepard, who has 2 goals, off to Sauter, has to come back to get the puck. And the Oilers, with that 2-goal lead, able to be a little more aggressive against that power play move up ice out of the Oklahoma City zone. Shepard down low now to Standish. Standish trying to set it up against the box. Shepard look for Watson in front. Now Standish up high to Campbell. Shot in front, loose, trying to get a stick on it was Watson. Back out it comes to Campbell on the point. Soupy got it in traffic where he wanted it. But on a second pass in, Kuzik, killing penalties most of the night for the Oilers, sent it back out. And there's a minute left on the power play. And Oklahoma City will have to chase back again with Robertson. Under 3 minutes to go. Blazers, if they were to get a goal here, have a chance to pull that goaltender a goal down. Robertson bumped hard on a check by Kvetin. Gets back up. Robertson up with a puck near circle. Backhander in deep, and a save by Branch. Dubois there, but Branch made sure that one didn't get loose.
Couple great scoring chances for them in the last minute or so of this power play. 37 seconds left on the power play. They need to get something during that time. So as you mentioned, they can pull that goaltender down 1. But again, the Tulsa penalty killers doing an outstanding job. We mentioned 2 for 7 tonight. They held the Blazers, 2 for 8, 2 for 9 in the last game. And just an outstanding job by the penalty kill.
Shots in the period, 13-7 Oklahoma City. Forsman, who got the first goal to try to mount the comeback. Up to Sauter from the blue line. His shot harmlessly into the right wing corner for Rob Minkoff. Hadn't played a lot, but played enough to get the opening goal of the game. Cleared it back. Now Sauter, right wing side. Kick to Manning. Manning across the line. Coming in. Tried to get it up the point. No, he keeps it down low. Manning in behind the goal out front. Robertson shot and a save by Branch. Good shot by Robertson. He wanted, I know, to lift that thing up a little quicker. He had to hurry it a little bit. He'd add about another half a second there, or a mini fraction of a second. He might have been able to lift it a little bit. He likes to shoot that thing high from right there. got it down a little bit lower than he wanted, but a nice pass out by Manning.
Yeah, that whole play was created by Manning. The skating of Manning behind the net. Finds the opportunity out in front. Just couldn't get it quite off the ground. 13 seconds left.
And a big draw by Gravel to get that puck into the end zone because the Oilers were then able to move it out. And they'll be back at full strength here in about 2 seconds. In fact, they're going to be back at full strength as the clock approaches 2 minutes. Sutter across the line, coming in deep. Pass through the crease. Picked off by Harper, who just came out of the penalty box. He rolled it up ice. Connors coming out of the goal against Marcellus. Marcellus kept it in the offensive zone. And it's shot through the crease back to the far side. Pass down low, hits in behind Connors. Pass out front, here's Page trying to tuck it, and he couldn't put it in. A little toe save for Sean Connors. Keeps the Blazers with a flicker of a hope as Page almost put it away. Now Robertson on a steal. Drives his shot, and that would tip the side of the post as it sailed wide. Robertson almost drove in a long ranger. At the opposite end, Connors has not come out. The puck is carried to that end. Borsheim chasing it down. And if Doug Sutter may elect to pull Connors, even though it's a 2-goal deficit right here, we'll see.
There he goes.
Fleck moves it up ice. They pull Connors. Standish across the line. Shoots it wide. Blocked. In close. Watson skims it through the crease. Now Standish on the far board. Can't keep it, or can he keep it in? He does with some help from Campbell. Harper trying to mug it loose. Shepard had a play on it for a moment. Still in the corner. Up with it and cleared back to the opposite end. It's going to be icing against the Oilers. 37 seconds left. Well, what ifs again? That shot by Robertson spun off of the outside post on the right side. This was a late arriving crowd tonight. It got bigger as the night went along.
It really was.
Maybe people were watching on Cox, saw the Oilers get that first period lead and came filtering in. It ended up being 6,186 tonight.
And they had to enjoy the action tonight. I mean, 12 goals. Fans can't ask for more than that.
All right, quick timeout. Back in a moment for the final 37 seconds.
Leap into February at Paradise Casino for easy winning. Cash prizes every day of the month. Sunday through Thursday are $50 cash giveaways. Fridays $100, and every Saturday of the month there will be $650 in total cash giveaways. Every day is cash day at Seven Clans Paradise Casino, and that doesn't count the huge payouts as you play over 600 Vegas-style machines and bet the horses in the Bamboo Lounge. Leap into February. Highway 177 between Stillwater and Ponca City.
Back for the final moments of play. They jumped the start on us. Now across the line with 30 seconds to go. Campbell, extra skater on, shot wide. Standish in the corner. Tried to put it back out high. Oilers get a chance to clear. They do. They got an open net. Marcellus got it ahead, and it'll be walked in for a late score. Birmingham makes it a 8-5 final for the Tulsa Oilers, who win the Ford Turnpike Series. They clinch it. They're 6-2-1, second straight year that they've won this Turnpike Trophy from the Blazers. Blazers will be 3-5-1 in the series.
They've played well. They've played well this entire series. They've played well their last 8 games. They're going to be 6-1-1.
And this man right here scratching his head, Doug Sutter, because his team got 5 goals tonight, which normally the way the goaltending has been would have been more than enough to win. Tonight, well, with an empty netter, just call it a 2-goal loss. And they'll look for tomorrow night in Wichita, and the Oilers will be in Indianapolis. And that's our play-by-play telecast tonight. Stay tuned for the McBride Clinic postgame show coming up in a moment.
Home
Looking for a compact pickup that's big on attitude? Then you'd better look at Oklahoma's bestseller Ford Ranger. But be careful, it's loaded. V6, air, CD player, and a whole lot more. Plus now get $2,500 cash back or 0% financing for 60 months. Ford Ranger, the compact pickup with all you need at your Ford dealer. The best in Oklahoma.
Oklahoma knows Ford's the best. Oklahoma knows Ford's the best.
Welcome back, everybody, to the McBride Clinic Bone and Joint Hospital postgame report here on our Cox telecast tonight. And winning coach Butch Cable is with us. The Oilers have clinched the Turnpike Trophy for the second straight year. Biggest thing is they're now 6-1-1 over their last 8 games, Butch. Not often do you see Rod Branch give up 5 goals in a game, but not often does your team get 8. So tonight it worked out for you.
Oh. Well, Branchy was stellar tonight. I mean, he was getting some quality shots, as you saw, and he was just playing incredible. We were, you knew it was going to be a great game. It is every time. You knew it was going to be a great third period, and we came out on top.
Well, you kind of understood what I was trying to lead to. Branch gave up 5 goals tonight, but he also looked at 53. I think unofficially it's 53 shots for the night, so it's like everything else, 53 shots, 5 goals. You can do the math, 48 saves.
Yeah, it's, I tell you what, Branch is a workhorse for us, and, he's a great goaltender, and he really, he played his A game tonight, that's for sure.
Good luck on the weekend trip, Butch, to Indianapolis.
Thank you very much.
All right, we'll take a break and recap this one and look at the game-winning goal, which actually occurred in the second period tonight. When we return, there's your final, the Oilers over Oklahoma City.
Born in Oklahoma, hand in hand.
Like Ford Explorer with a smoother ride, seating for 7. It's the SUV most people trust to get them there and back. And get $3,000 cash back or 0% financing for 60 months on the best-selling SUV around, Ford Explorer, at your Ford dealer, the best in Oklahoma.
Oklahoma knows Ford's the best. Oklahoma knows Ford's the best.
People loved it so much we brought it back. The big, bold flavor of Arby's Italian beef and provolone, with beef oven roasted so it's tender and juicy, not greasy. Then marinated in Italian seasonings with authentic provolone on a soft baguette. If you haven't tried one yet, you don't know what you're missing.
Gee, I'll admit, you have a really nice announcer voice.
Thanks, Sarah. Excuse me, someone's at the drive-thru.
Welcome to Arby's. Have you tried our new Italian beef and provolone?
What are you eating today?
Oilers in a wild one defeat Oklahoma City 8-5 with the empty net goal. Each team actually ended up, Blazers trailed 6-3 to start the period, so each team got a couple of goals. But to get the game-winning goal, that would be the Oilers' 6th. That means you have to go back to a power play goal just past the midway mark of the second period, and there's the shot in close that put it away, and it was from Jason Birmingham. He ends up getting the game winner, a power play goal along the goal line, and that sent Boyd Ballard to the bench for the night.
That's right, and Connors came in, did a good job, but too little too late for Oklahoma City. Too much offense from Tulsa, too many turnovers by Oklahoma City the second period.
Oh, those shots are phenomenal, but Branch had 50 saves tonight. Blazers had the opportunities. They ended up with the same number of power plays, although it took them 8 to get 2. The Oilers got 2 on 3, and in many respects, that can be a key for the game, too. All right, Ron, let's take a quick look. Blazers got help there from Odessa with a 3-1 win over New Mexico, but there are problems elsewhere. Corpus wins at Austin, and there's one of the problems. Wichita now with a 5-point lead over the Blazers in that fight for the final playoff spot with their win over Memphis. Teams play tomorrow night. Rest of the league quickly. San Angelo with a victory at home. Bossier pulled away in the final period to win easily at Fort Worth. That game at one time was tied at 1 late in the second. Laredo and Rio Grande in overtime, and the already division-winning Bucks headed for at least one more point for the evening. Here the Blazers get no points. They go to Wichita tomorrow night, and Tulsa goes on for a 2-game set at Indianapolis this weekend. And our final telecast in the Ford Turnpike Series will be back here in Tulsa on Friday, March 12th. Your final thoughts?
Both teams have some work to do. Obviously, the Oilers in a little bit worse position in terms of the postseason. The Blazers still have a shot, but they are going to have to get a lot of help, and they're going to have to win a lot of games down the stretch.
Well, we'll find out starting tomorrow if that happens. Thanks a lot, everybody, to our entire Cox crew. Another great job, guys, and we'll join you one more time about a month from now, almost to the day. Friday the 13th turns out to be unlucky for Oklahoma City and mighty lucky for these winning Tulsa Oilers tonight. They win at 8-5. Good night, everybody.
The preceding program was produced through the facilities of the Production Services Group at Cox Communications.